कपूर का इधर है मैनेजर बियॉन्ड एजुकेशन ठीक है ऑलराइट 3 2 1 here we roll yes
I am impelled not to squeak like a grateful and apologetic mouse, but to roar like a lion out of the pride of my profession.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Lovely Professional University presents India's first student-initiated social national conclave, Young Vertos Conclave 2016, co-sponsored by Beyond Education and 92.7 Big FM. Suno Sunao, Life Banao.
Our beverage partners Coca-Cola,
Magazine partners, Youth Incorporated.
online ticketing partners thecollegefever.com,
Online promotional partners, noattest.com, Campus Fest India in India.
our banking partners Punjab National Bank and College Desk,
Gift partners, Shoppers Stop, start something new.
our merchandise partner eBay,
Treat partner, Dunkin' Donuts.
and the conclave is inspired by Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Ek Kadam Swachhata Ki Aur. India belongs to the youth, and it is the youth that will make a newer tomorrow. So by this, we would like to recognize the presence of a very honorable panel of guests. Our very honorable speakers today, Dr. Akun Sabarwal, Indian Police Service, Director, Drug Control Board, Telangana. We would like to recognize him with a very great, loud round of applause. And we have the second speaker of this session. It's Mr. Dr. Aldas Jania, the scientist and economist of agricultural field. And we have Mr. Hemant Kapoor, the manager of Beyond Education, with us the title sponsor of this event. And then we have Mr. Ajay Saini, the group director of ISRO. We would like to recognize them with a loud round of applause, all the four speakers today.
I would also like to recognize the presence of respected Director General, Lovely Professional University, Engineer H.R. Singla. Respected Head Division of Student Affairs of Lovely Professional University, Dr. Saurabh Lakhanpal. Respected Dean LFTS of Lovely Professional University, Dr. Laviraj Gupta.
To start with, I would like to welcome Mr. Siddharth, the president of Young Vertos Conclave, to start with a welcome note for the gathering.
A very good morning to each and everyone present here. I'm a bit nervous for the first time standing here in front of you all, but still, that's a great morning here today with all our guests coming here. To tell about this conclave, it started somewhere in the month of January last year. From there, we developed till here. It came live on this day. And we welcome each and everyone, our guests, our speakers, our attendees, and faculties, everyone, to the great Young Vertos Conclave 2016. Thank you.
Now we'll go with the bouquet ceremony. We would like to start with the bouquet ceremony, so I would like to request our engineering HR Singler sir to give the bouquet to Akun Sabarwal sir. We would like to honor this with a great loud round of applause. Now engineer HR Singler sir will honor Aldaz Dania, sir, with the bouquet. With the bouquet. Now, Dr. Loviraj Gupta, sir, the head dean of LFTS, will be honoring our fourth speaker. So the bouquet ceremony is done. We will end it up with a very big round loud of applause. We have started with this conclave, the Young Voters Conclave 2016, the first student initiative Neshu Conclave. So now we will have the lamp lighting ceremony. So I would like to call upon all our guests to the dais for the lamp lighting ceremony. So please. Thank you, sir. The dais is glowing with the light of the lamp, and I wish this light and this glory persist in the mind of each and every one of you until you die.
Now with this, I would like to call upon the first keynote speaker for today, Dr. Akun Sabarwal, IPS Director, Drug Control Administration, Telangana. Sir, before you get onto the stage, I would like to ask you one question, sir. How is Telangana doing? Should I start?
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Akun Sabarwal. I was born in a government hospital just about an hour and a half away from here, about 39 years back. And it was my good luck that I passed out as a doctor also from the same college about 14 years back. During that intervening period over the last 14-15 years, I joined the Indian Police Service in 2001 and have done most of my job or profession as a policeman in Assam and then in Andhra Pradesh. And to be very honest, this is the first time I'm coming back to Punjab after, I'm coming back to Ludhiana, Fagwada, Jalandhar, this part of Punjab after almost 14-15 years. While I was coming yesterday from Hyderabad, I was thinking, why am I going over there? It took me almost 2.5 hours by flight, and then few hours in CBI headquarters Delhi, and then again 5 to 6 hours by train just to talk about drugs. Is it that I need to travel almost one full day and then travel back the same day when assembly is in session and I'm looking after two departments, health and excise. Excise as in the liquor policy of the state. I'll try to explain. I'm not a good speaker, so please don't expect any great quotes or anything great out of what I'm speaking. But the reason for me to come down and speak to all of you here today is very simple. I've not come here to talk about drugs or pharmaceuticals or health or excise, that is liquor. I've come to interact and to hear from the future of the country. You are the future of this country. And whatever I had to do with my life or whatever I had to contribute for the development of this nation, I've made my little effort over the last 14-15 years. A policeman shifted onto health over the last 1 year and then last 6 months holding additional charge. So I've come here not with the purpose of talking so much about drugs, which yes, I would be talking about, but more importantly, before I start my talk on drugs and the effect, I would like to just make a small mention here. We were having a very animated discussion with all the speakers before we came down here about how JNU is behaving and how students are behaving. Those boys and girls of JNU have a mind of their own, and they should be allowed to think whatever they want to think as long as they are not saying something against the motherland. They are all individual human beings. How they behave, what they wear, with whom they speak, with whom they don't speak is absolutely up to them. Yes, as long as they don't cross the fine line division between what is right and what is not right. And what is right and what is not right is also for each individual human being to decide. But I would request all of you, as the future of this nation, the colleges and universities of this country are not machines to churn out engineers, doctors, agricultural scientists. The biggest gift that you get out of such a beautiful campus like the lovely professional university, I must place on record that this is the best university I've seen in my life. And I've traveled well. I've been to States, I've been to Europe. A beautiful campus. This campus should motivate all of you to expand your horizons, to think big, because that is what is going to take this country forward. Think big, think national, and think something big for this country, because finally you are the future of the country. And I would be very, very happy if amongst this gathering of about 500, 600 students, even if 10 or 15 of you join the Indian Administrative Service or the Indian Police Service and serve this motherland, I think my job today would have been done. The pain that I've borne over traveling yesterday and I'll bear again tomorrow traveling back to Hyderabad would be compensated if even 10 of you come back and serve the motherland as either an administrator or as a police officer. That will be my job done here at Lovely Professional University. Now coming to the more mundane topic of what I've come here to speak. To be very honest, most of this information, any of you can Google, a lot of websites available, but yeah, I'll just give a very brief background. Can I start the presentation, please? Yeah, please put it on. I'll just give a brief presentation. I hold two departments. One is the Drug Control Administration, which looks after basically the pharmaceutical manufacture regulation. And my state, Telangana, is now the largest manufacturer of pharmaceuticals in the country. We manufacture almost 80% of the country's medicine, 68% of the country's medicine, and 80% of the country's vaccines. It's my job to regulate that. And the other part is that most of this medicine is not meant for India. It's exported. Telangana is a high-end manufacturer which exports most of the medicines made. Drug control, or what is looked up upon North India as narcotics drugs, is a very small part of my job. Narcotics is not a big problem at all in Telangana. In fact, except for some parts of Hyderabad, there isn't a culture of use or misuse of narcotics in Telangana. So a large part of my job is regulating the pharmaceutical manufacture. The other part which has been given to me is the role of Commissioner Excise, that is regulating the alcohol flow into the state. So I typically joke कि इस state की दवा और दारू दोनों मेरे हाथ में है. So I'm also a revenue earning person in the sense the outflow from my organization, that is Directorate of Excise, is about 1400 crores a month. So a lot of developmental work in Telangana happens because of the liquor that I sell. I accept it in a public forum. I'll now start off with the reason for which I've been called here, talking about drugs. Okay, I'll be very, very brief. And I leave almost 10 to 15 minutes at the end open for questions so that I can take questions. Sanjay Dutt is a prime case where a boy brought up well in the best of educational institutions in the country went very initially in a school in Himachal and then subsequently when he went abroad. I'll not go into too much of details, but the boy is still suffering. And this is what drugs does to you. This is a case which really I would like all of you to see. This is a girl, Lorna. This is an example of last year. This girl passed out last year out of Cambridge, and Cambridge is a difficult place to get in and come out. It may be very easy to get in, but to pass out with honors takes another effort. And this is the morning of the convocation day. Typically after convocation, after the customary photograph with her parents, she goes out with friends, has something which in the narcotics parlance is called ecstasy. She had just 2 tablets of ecstasy. And this is Lorna in the evening. She died. The girl died. And you can look at the face. If you want, I'll just show the difference. This is the girl in the morning. And this is what happened to her after 2 tablets of ecstasy. One-off case, but this is something which will shake you all out of your complacency. I wanted to bring in this shocker so that you sit up and take notice that a narcotic or a psychotropic substance has a different effect on different human bodies. Once I come to talking about myths about narcotics, I'll go into further depth, but this is what it is. 2 tablets, 1 evening, end of a human life, end of a promising human life. Drug addiction, again, I'll not go into too much of details. Ignorance, escapism, adventure, rebel against authority, lifestyle. In fact, I was just, while I was coming here, I said, because I'm going to Punjab and I should know the figures of what is happening in Punjab, I did speak to 2 or 3 different people. The IG of police, who's the Narcotics Control Bureau head here, and a particular lady in the health department. What I was told here is that in Punjab, it's also shrinking land holdings, unemployment and peer pressure is what is the official take of the government of Punjab regarding the kind of intake of narcotics and psychotropic substances in this particular state. And that's an official version saying shrinking land holdings, unemployment and peer pressure drive a few kids in Punjab towards narcotic drugs. The Indian scenario in general is this. I'm sorry, there is a shake-up in the photograph, but there is street level, there is slum level, and there is club level, which is spiking. Many times when you're clubbing or you're going out to places to have liquor, you really don't know whether what you're actually consuming is only liquor or whether it's spiked. A few simple facts most of you would know. We fall prey to these substances out of mostly to see what hota kya hai yaar. मतलब लोग बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते हैं, इसमें है क्या? Let's why not have a look? और this fellow is also trying, that fellow is also trying. अकेला तू क्यों पंडित बच गया? So that's many a times what happens. What are the signs? Needle marks, typical giveaway if you are using intravenous. Tremors, hallucinations. A lot of behavior aspects. Lack of motivation, slurring of speech. What are the costs? There are a lot of symptoms, signs and symptoms of drug abuse, but what are the costs? It's not only what you are spending on buying, but lack of reputation not only with you but your family, a social stigma, dropping out of educational institutions, effect on family, legal cost, road accidents, domestic violence, a lot of people leading on to behaviors which are not right, health costs, treatment costs, rehab costs, many times affecting the next generation, psychosomatic disorders. And yes, if consumer consumption of these substances is leading to unprotected sex, STDs also. Economic costs, and psychological costs. I hope you are with me. Yes or no? Yes, the yes is very feeble. Are you there or no? Yes, yeah, that's better. Okay, who gains out of it? Everybody except the person who's taking it or his family. These are cartels, peddlers, people in the flesh trade. Even the entertainment industry profits out of it. I now come to the end of my talk, which is a very, very broad talk, and then I'll go into a few specifics. There are a lot of myths about drug abuse, especially amongst youngsters. You can stop using them anytime. एक बार ट्राई कर लेता हूँ, स्पीड की गोली ट्राई कर लेता हूँ, या आइस ट्राई कर लेता हूँ, या मेथ ट्राई कर लेता हूँ. This is typically for a college crowd. It's not so. You see withdrawal symptoms, and initially when the peddler is selling you these substances, the cost isn't very high. So availability, withdrawal symptoms and peer pressure will not, एक बार, it's not like alcohol ki you can think of leaving it so soon. You can get addicted only if you use it for a long time. No. Addiction varies from one human body to the other, and people can get addicted or hooked on to even after a single use. Teenagers are too young, our bodies are too strong. मैं जिम जाता हूँ, I'll burn it out in one day. No. It's not muscles that we are talking of. It's in the bloodstream and the kind of effect which it has on your neuro system, which is important. So it doesn't differentiate between age groups. A teenager after single use could have it. In fact, I've said even an unborn child can get addicted if the mother was addicted. This I've already said. एक बार ट्राई कर लेते हैं फिर छोड़ देंगे. सबकी शुरुआत एक बार ट्राई करने से ही होती है. Almost everybody starts by trying just once. I'm an artist. I'm a musician. It increases my creativity. बाल लंबे कर लिए, मुंह में 2 आइस की गोली डाल ली, अब तो गाना बजेगा ही. ऐसा नहीं होता. It's scientifically proven that your perception clarity goes down and coherence goes down. Amy Winehouse may be a different example. She also died at 25. So don't try to be Amy Winehouse. There are people like Barbara Streisand who've continued over a longer period of time bringing out better music than what Amy did in maybe 8 or 9 years of her life. So I end my boring monologue here, and I'll just because I'm in Punjab, I need to bring out a few issues. A few people who are from local Punjab would want to know कि Punjab में हो क्या रहा है. See, I really don't know too much about Punjab. I've gathered the data, official data, because I'm a government servant, and I should not come into a state where I was born and which educated me and then badmouth the state. The official figures say this. As per the government, it is a problem. Yes, it is a problem, and the government is aware of it. I was told by the IG of Punjab Narcotics Control Bureau that they've registered almost 14,000 plus FIRs under NDPS, Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Substances Act. They are making an effort. They understand that their mistakes are happening, but they also say that a large part of the problem is because of the long international boundary. And you see, it's a true fact that the Golden Triangle is nearby. Afghanistan, Iran and Pakistan, the major manufacturers of heroin, are just across the border. And what costs about 2.5 lakh per kilogram heroin on the other side of the border increases to 5.5 lakhs the moment it crosses the border. So it makes good economics to sell these in Punjab. But it makes better economics because the same cost when it reaches Mumbai is 15 lakhs per kg. So these are a few facts which are true. The proximity to the Golden Triangle of narcotics has also led to an issue of availability of these in Punjab, and a relatively ease of money, shrinking land holdings, and unemployment and peer pressure have led to a few youth. But the government is aware of it, and the government, as per their claim, is making an effort. I also spoke to the health secretary. I worked with her, and what I was told is that they've set up about 550 bedded modern de-addiction centers in Faridkot, Bathinda, Patiala, Amritsar and Jalandhar, and about 31 drug de-addiction centers having about 10 beds each. And they are looking at something called OST, opioid substitution therapy, and methadone maintenance therapy. So this is the official version, that the Punjab government is aware of the problem and is making efforts to look into it. But I end my speech here, and I'm now open for queries, either relating to this, to the Indian Police Service, the Health Department, the Excise Department, or in general. I'm open to queries. Thank you. Sure. Anybody, any questions, please?
Hello, check.
या तो सब समझ आ गया या कुछ समझ नहीं आया. You see, when there are no questions.
Could you please pass on the hand mic, to ma'am?
Hi everyone, this is Manpreet and I'm the marketing manager from Beyond Education. Hello sir. Sir, as we have written, I was the one properly following your the speech. So the thing is, as we all know that from Afghanistan the drugs are being whatever it is, the Punjab is the trans route. You said that one of the reason which is there, according you have discussed to the peer people, and they said that one of the reason is peer pressure, correct? And parents all over India, all over world, they are same. There are pressures to everyone anywhere you go. If you go to Hyderabad, if you go to Telangana, or if you go to southern states, as you are managing Dawa and Daru, wo state ka. So I just wanted to ask, in 1984, in Punjab people were called as we were taken as terrorist abuse state, correct? Now we are drug abuse state. So what advice you would like to give to the people and to the person who is managing drugs and dawa and daru over here कि आप क्या कर सकते हैं जिससे it gets controlled, because see, supply of daru over there at your place, that is supply of alcohol at your place is same as over here. The managing things are same, the rights are same given to you as the head. So what things can be taken, what things can be done to make it under a control?
Ma'am, I'd not like to give it free advice to anybody.
Okay.
Last to my colleagues in the Punjab government.
So we should ask the government to bring you over here from
No,
Telangana.
I'm very happy what I'm doing where I'm doing it. Okay. First of all, yeah, no free advice, especially to people who are working here. To the best of my knowledge, human mind is same everywhere. If the government wants to control it, it can control it. And to be very honest, the Health Secretary of Punjab is one of the finest health secretaries any state could have dreamt of. Vinny Mahajan has worked with the Prime Minister's office for long, and I can vouch for her abilities. I'm very certain that under her leadership, this state will come out of this problem.
So you said that there are many centers, but I think people who have drug abuse, they avoid going to those centers, and so what should be done to them?
Ma'am, this is not unique to Punjab. This happens everywhere. Addicts have to be taken to centers, and I'm not joking. There may be a few Telugus in the audience. They'll see when we started doing this in Mahbubnagar district, we had to bind people to beds. We had to chain them to beds. That's when we started our de-addiction work about a year back. We had to literally chain people in beds to beds in hospitals in Nizamabad and in Mahbubnagar, and it's worked. OPD and methadone maintenance therapies. What the government of Punjab is doing right is right. That's how it has to be done. But initially, there has to be awareness. People have to be taken to these hospitals, and they run away very easily. It's not that somebody goes out of his or her willingness. And yes, it's sometimes a bit of a harshness is required.
So do you think the studies to the primary section or to the people higher secondary section, do you think that there should be a subject which tells them or educates them about the drugs and the drug abuse?
No, that may be counterproductive. Is my personal opinion. Colleges and above, where a man or a boy or a girl can think on their own, is a better place to start. Before that, the awareness and you see the amount of infrastructure required and the setup required may be a bit. I'm talking in terms of Indian scenario. I may be wrong. I'm not an educationist, but my gut opinion is colleges and above is a better place to start.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now you know, in order to be a manager, you always need to have a book and a pen in your hand to note down what's happening. That's how you be different from people. So now, can we have more questions, please?
Yeah, I think you can speak. I'll be able to hear. Okay, you need to speak from. Yeah. to shift from policing to health and excise, but yeah, these are also regulatory jobs, and therefore a bit of policing background does help.
Sir, one more question. You are an IPS officer, and there are many people in this here to prepare for IPS. And
Good, yeah, good.
what can advice you can give to the students that to prepare for IPS?
Okay, well, see, let this not be a training session, but IPS is a good job. I have enjoyed the last 14 years of my life. I've done whatever I wanted to do. I've really had a good time enjoying policing, first in Naxal areas, Assam, anti-alpha operations, then anti-Naxal operations in undivided Andhra Pradesh, and then Hyderabad city policing. It's a good job. The advice is, it's not so much of hard work as is made out to be. UPSC, Union Public Service Commission exam isn't about as much of mugging but understanding. I was in my final year of college when I wrote the exam in Patiala, Government Medical College, Patiala. I joined the service and then requested government to complete my internship. So it's not so difficult, and it's a wonderful career option. You are able to serve your motherland, and it gives you everything that you're looking for. A good lifestyle, at a very young age, leadership, and a variety of jobs. Policing, health, excise, that is revenue. So I would say as many of you as would want to join the Indian Administrative Service, the Indian Police Service, any of the Indian Civil Services, it's a good job to do.
Morning, sir. Sir, we know that everyone wants basically same things. Everyone wants peace, bliss, and for this, someone going in drugs, someone going in different ways. But they are looking for the same thing. But the basic concept or the method is wrong actually by the drugs. So, as you said that it start to the college level basically. So, हमें सर कॉलेज में वैल्यू एजुकेशन प्रोग्राम्स ये जो एजुकेशन में मिसिंग लिंक है इसको इंट्रोड्यूस कराना चाहिए कि नहीं? आपके व्यूज क्या हैं सर इस पर?
Thanks for the question, yaar. Very honestly, I'm not an educationist. I should not answer that question. But because you've asked me first, with whatever little understanding I have of drugs, nobody goes to gain peace out of drugs. A large number of people that I've seen in rehab do it out of trying once. मेरा दोस्त भी ले रहा है, मैं भी try कर लेता हूँ. Or running away from something. Alcohol and drugs are never for peace. This is not the flower child generation, which is the hippie generation of the West. I don't agree to that. So I don't agree to your first statement कि लोग शांति के लिए drugs लेते हैं या mental peace के लिए drugs लेते हैं. ऐसा नहीं.
Sir, वो basically bliss they want.
Yeah, I really
Some
don't.
detachment from this body. Say you said about hallucination. So that is that thing which some take from the meditation.
Again, I differ. If somebody is taking drugs for hallucination or for meditation or peace, the premise is wrong. I haven't come across people during the last 1 year that I am in this department taking to drugs for peace or for hallucination. Maybe I may be too premature, or the few thousand cases that I have seen are not sufficient enough. But the first premise is wrong. People don't take drugs for peace or mental or anything. Yes, a few people think इससे creativity बढ़ जाती है, तो a few artists do try that, but mostly it's out of peer pressure or looking at the other fellow or looking at कि सब कर रहे हैं मैं क्यों ना करूं. So not for peace. As far as the second question is concerned, I'm not the right person to answer. Let me not answer on behalf of an educationist because I'm not one.
Yes, please. Good morning, sir. I'm very honored to speak to you, and we are so lucky to have you in Telangana. And,
Thank you.
My question is that, sir, you know, every post has some restrictions, and every person in the government has also some restrictions. He can't go further than that. If you have given the full authority to do anything, what would you take the steps, means what would you do to eradicate complete eradication of drugs, if you have given the complete authority?
I am being given the complete authority. Let me tell you, the Chief Minister of Telangana has a lot of faith on my abilities, and I've been given a clean slate. I don't get phone calls from anybody, and even if I do get, I don't listen. Yeah, that's on record. There's nothing great that I'm talking of. People who are from Telangana know me and my wife. She's an IS officer. As secretary, she's the secretary to the Chief Minister in Telangana. So, you see, a lot depends on how you've grown up in the cadre. Both me and Smita are known as no-nonsense officers, and politicians don't mess with us. I've been given a clean slate. We've gone a long way. It anyway never was a big problem in Telangana. Drug menace was never a very big problem in Telangana. As part of Hyderabad City Police itself, me and Stephen Ravindra were able to clean off most of the muck. And over the last 1 year, we've been given an absolute free hand and done it. It's very simple. Strong enforcement and good treatment. It has to be a good policing network which gives you information. Find the black sheep within your own department, punish them ruthlessly. Any policeman or anybody in the customs, BSF, police, anybody who's involved should be taken harsh action of. And a very good treatment setup. People who are already addicted need to be treated really well. If these two things go properly, and nobody is allowed to make profits out of it or making a profit difficult, it's possible.
So one more question, personal experience question I want to ask you. In your 14 years of experience as an IPS officer, have you ever felt any bad experience that this is the worst day of my life in my service?
Yeah. Okay, now that he's asked, I know a lot of people are not from my state, but there was an incident called Balimela. I was at that time Superintendent of Police of the largest district in this country, Visakhapatnam. Almost 68 tehsils, 4 members of parliament, 28 MLAs. We had sent our anti-extremist party called Greyhounds into Odisha for anti-Naxal operations, and when they were coming back, they were ambushed, and I lost 30 men in one incident. Most of those boys were with me. We used to eat. You see, in a district like Vizag, you have to be very close to your men. And when I'm speaking that, there's something going down my back, even now. I lost 30 of my best men in one incident. And I still feel, agar मैंने इनको नहीं भेजा होता तो अच्छा था, because finally there was a judicial inquiry and the information had leaked out of Odisha. But that is one sad day of my life. And that day I was wondering कि how ये बदला वापस कैसे लूँ, ये वापस I have to take revenge, and there's still that feeling is still somewhere there in my heart.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. Sir, it is my honor to ask you this question that on the basis of the treatment which is given to the drug addictive people, specifically I am talking about the Punjab and North India, the control centers or drug treatment centers which are prepared by the government to treat the peoples, from their point of view, means those people who are abusive, they are actually not coming out from the treatment which which is provided to them, actually from the government side. So what do you think, what are the problems basically with them? It may be psychological also, it may be financial also, that's why the people go to government medical care, or maybe something else. But what do you think, that is there anything lacking, is there a relapse or lapse of lacking of something, that most of the people are still not coming out from the places from where they wanted to go be treated, and it is a myth or it is a fact? I want to know this thing.
Okay, first, I cannot comment about Punjab because I've not seen the centers. I'll speak from my experience in Telangana. Second, it's a myth that relapse happens. If a person has undergone proper treatment along with the support of an NGO, we used an NGO support in Telangana to help us out with rehabilitation. And there are different de-addiction centers. There's something called the OTP, the opioid. So people who are based on opioids go to a particular type of treatment. Then there is something called the methadone center. Different people, ecstasy, ice, they go to a different center. Relapse happens, one, because of insufficient or incomplete treatment. Many people just come out, ho gaya na, ab chhod di.
Sir, my question is this one, that most of the people don't actually go for the proper treatment. And what is the main
Full
point
treatment.
behind that? Yeah, for treatment. So
Full
what is the problem behind that one? Why
Yeah.
they are actually not getting the proper treatment?
Okay, I wish I had brought a video of somebody who is in relapse. It is very painful. I'm not joking. उनको बिस्तरों से बांधना पड़ता है, and they'll cry, they'll kick, they'll make a mess, they'll urinate, defecate on the bed. I wish I had a few videos here. I cannot explain because I've never tried drugs myself. I can't say कि relapse का effect क्या होता है, पर बुरा ही होता होगा यार. Because I've seen those people, दोनों हाथ बंधे हुए हैं फिर भी पैर से मार रहे हैं, पेट उठा रहे हैं, creating, abusing everybody on earth. So it's a painful process, and if you're not harsh at that stage, we used an NGO to support us, but प्यार से बात एक लेवल तक ही जाती है, उसके बाद तो चेन लगानी, बांधना हाथ तो बांधने पड़े. There was a lot of media outcry saying whatever inhuman treatment of patients in government hospitals. If I remember well, CNN, IBN ran a story about how harsh I was behaving, but if I have to do my job, I have to do my job. And coming out of relapse, American institutes में अच्छा होगा, जहाँ सुनील दत्त ने पैसा अच्छा दिया होगा अपने बेटे के लिए. गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल्स में तो बेड कम है, लोग ज़्यादा हैं, थोड़ी हार्शनेस तो दिखानी पड़ेगी. But yes, finally, if the government decides that it has to be done, it will be done.
Okay, so
I hope I've answered. I know it's a partial answer. Government has to use harshness if it wants to get the problem out.
Performance enhancement drugs.
This will be
As
the
you-
last question of
Okay.
this interactive session. Because we are running short with
As
the
you
time.
said that artists don't get anything out of drugs, but athletes do get something out of drugs, like
Yes.
PEDs. Does this fall under your scope of drug controlling authority?
No, it
And-
doesn't. It comes under sports authority, sports medicine. To be very honest, I should not be answering that because that's beyond my purview. But yes, performance enhancing drugs also are basically opioids, or you see different varieties. I'm from a medical background. I can just tell you that there are a variety of drugs. Many of them enhance your oxygen carrying capacity of your cells. It depends on sport to sport. If it's endurance sport, it's the oxygen carrying capacity of your cells needs to be increased. If it's a jerk energy, something like a burst of energy for a short run, it's a different form of PED. But I would say that kind of an ability to regulate that kind of a drugs would be available with sports authorities like National Institute of Sports Patiala or something. But a drug regulator, as long as it does not involve a narcotic or a psychotropic substance, many of these PEDs are regular medicines which are used for treating other diseases. If you've recently seen Maria Sharapova, the PED that she was using is used for a lot of other patients as a regular medicine. It's not a banned substance. It's only banned if it's used as a performance enhancer.
Actually, yes, testosterone is also induced into athletes.
Yes.
Is there any way to detect like external burst of?
I can't answer that. I am not capable of. It's not my purview, and I'm not prepared to for answering that question. You can just drop in a mail. I'd request I'll leave my mail ID and my mobile number here. In case anybody has any doubts or queries, you could just mail them to me. I'm relatively technology friendly. I do reply normally within one day, and I think Siddharth, where is he? He'll vouch for that. I normally respond immediately if there's a query.
Thank you, sir.
Just give me a sec, yeah?
Yes, sir, sure.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was an absolute pleasure coming here. I place on record my heartfelt thanks, and I'm not speaking just for the sake of speaking. I place on record my heartfelt thanks to Lovely Professional University, the management for having me here. And I also need to place on record my thanks to Siddharth in particular and young Vertos particularly for having given me an opportunity to speak to the future of this country. Keep the flag flying high. I do hope that you'll hold this country together. We need to see a lot from you, and good luck. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I think all of you had a great interactive session. Now we will have a short video glimpse on the screen about, sir?
Dr. Akun Sabbarwal, IPS.
Somebody sitting in New Delhi will do it. Somebody sitting in Secretariat, somebody in Assembly will do it. If crime has to be controlled, the local DCP will take care. If development has to be done, the local collector will do. If sanitation has to be done, the local municipal corporation will do. What will I do? I don't do anything. I'm a mere citizen, I'm a mere student. That is not correct. You see, this is as much my country as it is yours.
Thank you so much, sir. Even though we were shaken by the pictures of Lorna, thank you for cautioning us on behalf of drugs. And we consider you as a pride that India. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Your presence has obliged us. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome Honorable Chancellor, Lovely Professional University, Shri Ashok Mittal, and worthy Pro-Chancellor, Lovely Professional University, Mrs. Rashmi Mittal. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
We are very honorable to have your presence over here with us today in this Young Vertos Conclave. So now, let's proceed with the conclave ceremonies. Next, I call upon a respected head dean of LFTS, Dr. Laviraj Gupta, to share his views upon the conclave today here.
Thank you.
Sir, please.
Good morning, all. I didn't hear that. Still, I didn't hear that. All right. Now, you know, have you seen all my Vertos? Have you seen the energy which a young person can carry in Dr. Akun? how energetic, how proficient, and how authoritative he is, just because of one reason, that whatever he do, he gives 100% to it. Dr. Akun, I salute the vibes and the motto which you carry in your life. I salute that. Taking his words further, I have my own take for the participants of this conclave, because in one of the answers he said that he is unable to answer that because he is not an educationist. I can stand tall and talk about that because all my life I have stood in front of a blackboard and taught. I'll start on a note that no course, no lesson would keep you informed about not taking drugs until and unless it comes from within. Do you think that whatever you learn in classrooms is sufficient enough for you to live life? Most of the things, rather 80% of the things you learn outside the classrooms. I would differ on one thing, that be it primary education, be it secondary, be it tertiary, whatever education, if there is a course on not to take drugs, it will go by the grades only. It has to be instilled in humans. And you know what is the best thing? He was talking about that artists, they consider, they feel that if they play a guitar, they can play better guitar when they are under the influence of drugs. No. I have one saying in Hindi, vyast raho aur mast raho. The education institute or the education will give you or should give you the platform, the opportunity that you are involved in activity and you are not thinking of that bliss one of my friend or one of my student was talking about. What do you think the bliss is all about? What do you think the peace is all about? If I have got a well-laid plan for the entire day and I'm following it meticulously, I'm following it piously, I'll not think of anything else. Believe me, I'll give you an example. The other day when you were watching the India-New Zealand match, were you thinking which latest movie is running or what is happening to Mr. Sanjay Dutt or to Salman Khan? You were not. Because you were completely engrossed, you were completely involved in each and every ball delivered out there. Yes or no? That is what I say, vyast raho and mast raho. You were completely involved. Thus, you were blessed, and you are belonging to yourself. Why can't you do similarly in each and every lecture you attend, in each and every practical you do? You get involved to that extent. You know what Steve Jobs said? He said, stay hungry and stay foolish. That is the English version of vyast raho. When you are hungry, when you are foolish, you are preparing yourself, you are urging yourself to be vyast. Believe me, in this conclave, when you are here to learn about the excitement of life, the only thing which you can do is, whatever you do it with complete involvement and you do it 100%. Our major problem is, I tell it to all my class students. Our major problem is that whenever we are batting in a cricket match, we think of our midterm examinations. And whenever we are giving the midterm examination, we are thinking of the cover drive. That's absolutely wrong. Be there. Do that with all the fervor, with all the religiousness you have, and rest all will be defined by the word called success. I must appreciate the efforts that a conclave like this has been planned. Because once you are sitting in this conclave and listening to each and every word spoken by the speakers, you know what you're doing? What you're doing? You're vyast, and that is why you are mast. Believe me, the only thing which can take you to heights is your involvement in anything and everything you do. While eating, do not think of how many stars a movie has got, because your focus should be on the taste. Be it a bad taste, no issues, absolutely. But you need to figure out why it is bad. The other thing, when you have heard, when you have thought of giving 100%, it all starts with the perception, or the word is, how do you observe a particular thing? If you haven't observed a happening, if you haven't observed a line written in a book, if you haven't observed a particular picture onto a web page with that detailing, you will not be able to comprehend for what it is made. Start having that perception, and then perceive. And finally, the third P is perform. Percept, perceive, and perform. Leave rest to the Almighty, and the success is going to be yours. I am here to congratulate you all that you have that zeal in you, you have that liking in you, that you wish to hear from more and more people, so that by the time you go and face the world, you have lot many words, lot many phrases, and lot many experiences backing you for doing your best. I wish you all the very best. And do not expect any kind of bliss from the uncanny things in life, because that will be momentary. That will be d cube x by dt cube for that particular instance only. For a longish happiness, dive deep within yourself, and next time when you watch the match on 19th, try to figure out that how much best you are and how much must you are. Wish you all the very best. Good luck and Godspeed. Thank you.
Vyast raho or must raho. I think a very best motto our young voters of this modern era can have, right? How to think, when to think, and what to think. Percept, perceive, and perform towards success. Inspirational and motivational. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for this great speech and great words.
Now with this, I would like to honor and ask Chancellor, Honorable Chancellor, Lovely Professional University, Shisha Ashok Mittal, and worthy Pro-Chancellor, Lovely Professional University, Mrs. Rashmi Mittal, and respected Director General, Engineer H.R. Singla, accompanied by Dean LFTS, to grace the stage for the felicitation ceremony.
The stage seems glorious for this felicitation ceremony. I would like to call upon our main speaker of today, our first guest, our first speaker, Dr. Akun Sabarwal, Indian Police Service, Director, Drug Control Board, Telangana, for the felicitation ceremony.
Somebody in assembly will do it. If crime is to be controlled, the open DCP will take care. If development has to be done, the local collector will do. If sanitation has to be done, the local
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Aldas Jania, scientist and economist of agricultural field, for the felicitation ceremony. Now I call upon Dr. Aldas Jania, scientist and economist of agricultural field, for the felicitation ceremony.
Next, I would like to call upon Ajay Saini, Group Director, ISRO, for the felicitation ceremony. Next, I would like to call Hemant Kapoor, Manager Beyond Education, to come up on the stage for the felicitation ceremony. Mr. Hemant Kapoor, Manager Beyond Education.
Thank you, sir. We thank all the dignitaries on the dais for coming for the felicitation ceremony. I think all the Vertos are ready for the next speak, right? I think you're waiting for that. So, we're not keeping you awaited. We are ready for the second speak. For that, I call upon Dr. Aldas Jania, scientist and economist of agricultural field. Sir, please.
slides. Good morning. Good morning. Very good. So you're all now prepared to listen to me what I am going to speak in another 30 minutes or so. Am I correct? Okay. I hope I will fulfill your expectation from me with respect to what I am going to speak. Okay, let me introduce myself. I am Aldas Janaya, born in a farmer family in small village called Mamidala in Nalgonda district of Telangana state. And I am also delighted to share with all of you, particularly the students from Telangana, also from other Telugu state. My village met, the person who born in the same village, studied in the same school, and under just huts. Our school building, there was no building, just its huts. Now he is a Vice Chancellor of Jawaharlal Nehru University in Delhi. Professor Jagdish Kumar. He took over on 17th February as a Vice Chancellor. Then, of course, the same day night onwards, there was a problem, you know very well. We born in village, we proudly say, where, particularly in Telangana, we didn't have proper roads. When I was a school student, no electricity. Until I complete my 10th class, I did not have a power in my village. There was no pakka building in my village. There was no pakka road to reach a bus stop. I had to walk 4 kilometers to get a bus to go to my district headquarters for intermediate studies. Nevertheless, we never lost our commitment to do something for the society. We never lost hope. We never lost confidence. That drove us to stand before all of you. So what you should learn from the experiences, like from my experiences, that what is more important for a success is a commitment and courage. If you have these two, very sincerely, you can reach, you can become IAS officer, you can become IPS officer, whatever you want to become, you will achieve it. I think that's the message I would like to share before I really start my formal presentation. At the outset, I would also like to thank a very, very committed team of the students who are organizing this event for their excellent management skills. The way they communicated with the experts and the way they arranged the logistics and the way they really organizing this event, I must congratulate the Mr. Siddharth and his team for their excellent organizational abilities for this event. Then secondly, I am very much impressed with the physical environment of this university. Really lovely university. It's not only lovely professional university, really a lovely university. I got an opportunity to visit more than 35 countries, covering all continents except Antarctica, as a part of my profession, not as a tourist. I worked in the International Rice Research Institute, which brought green revolution to this country. Started very much from the Ludhiana neighboring district. That is a dream for any agriculture graduate or agriculture scientist to work in the International Rice Research Institute or International Wheat and Maize Improvement Center located in Mexico. I got opportunity to work in Asian Development Bank, later at the RBI, then in Delhi for a longer period. Then I moved to my home state that I must do something to my own state, that is Telangana. I found a sizable number of students from my state studying here, both engineering and agriculture and other courses. I wish that they will come back and take their part in transforming the Telangana into a real, the dream that is a Swarna Telangana as dreamed by our Chief Minister. If every state develops, automatically country develops. So country is nothing but a composition of the states. So, and I have seen top universities in US. I got opportunity to work for a shorter period, visiting professor for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, like University of Maryland. It's very close to Washington, and Michigan State University, close to Detroit, and Mississippi State University, which is just like our Indian conditions, rice belt in US. And this university, lovely professional university, is, I'm recalling my experience in Michigan State University. This is exactly like that. It's a wonderful campus, and there also around 48,000 students are studying in Michigan State University. Here I came to know that around 30,000 plus. If really India, if you want to see India as a superpower, using the very young and productive human resources, I think we need the institutions like lovely professional university. We need around 1,000 universities, not just 1 or 2. At least India needs 1,000 universities like this really to become economic power or human resource power or overall development power in the world. Because education and irrigation, these two factors brings prosperity to the nation. Education and irrigation. So therefore now we have the 650 million plus young, very productive youth in this country. That's what the youngest India with the largest number of people between the age of 18 and 36. But we must provide an opportunity for them to take in a very, very active role in economic activity of the nation. And the universities are always in the forefront in preparing the youth to participate in economy and contribute for the nation building. So therefore, country needs universities like lovely professional universities, I think many more in the years to come. We hope that we will have similar universities, such universities in different parts of the country also. Now coming to the core presentation, as we all know that young India with large number of youth and country is growing, we must be very proud of to say that India is one among the top 10 growing economies with $2.5 trillion total economy size, which is equivalent to 165 lakh crores. The Indian economy is such a big, I think fourth largest economy, and we have a lot of opportunities. And corporates are growing at a very faster rate, both in public and private sector, particularly in private sector. And obviously, the youth has to be engaged in these corporates to contribute for the development of the corporate as well as the national development, and of course for their own self well-being. But what is more important is education. The classroom knowledge is one side of the coin, but other side of the coin is how to use your knowledge, how to improve your marketability, how to improve your own ability to use your knowledge to get into the best corporate companies. So what are the real expectations? What corporate world is today looking forward from these young graduates coming from different institutions? Not that just only an engineering degree, not just a management degree or some other degree, but along with the degree, corporate expects certain essential qualities, essential what you call traits from the young graduates. What are those? I think I'll cover those. Can you put slide mode? You have slide changer? Can just slide show. Where is it icon? Okay. Slideshow, you have to put it in a slideshow mode. Okay. So let us look at the emergence of the corporate work environment is now different from what we had earlier. No, it's okay, that's fine. So today the corporate sector is very challenging and it's very knowledge intensive, very competitive, and it's a win-to-win situation. You must prepare yourself to fit into the system. System will not change for you. Please remember, at a larger society, you must prepare yourself to suit into the system, to get attracted by the system. Today's corporate, it's a multinational or national, it doesn't matter. Today corporate world is very, very challenging. Along your degrees, along your formal education, you must prepare through different ways and means like this type of conclave. Learning experiences from the success, learning experiences from the business people, successful professionals, to fit into this emerging challenging environment. Okay, I just want to ask, I don't know, you might have seen some of these points. What is most important requirement for the success of any profession? What is more important? Any profession. It may be police, it may be scientist, it may be a politics, it may be anything. What is more important? Anybody? Most important requirement for a success in your profession, what is that? Okay, commitment. Plus, next? Hard work. Next? No. The most important one is knowledge along with commitment. Commitment is required, no doubt about it. But also competency. What is competency? We say that competent person, we want a competent person to lead this team, to lead this sector, to lead this division, to lead this university. So competency is essential. I will tell you what are the components of the competency. In addition to competency, what is other important? Commitment and courage. You must have these three things: competency, commitment, and courage. If you want to be successful in profession. Mr. Sabharwal, our very beloved, very well-known IPS officer just now spoke to you. He has all these things, I observed. He is a man of competent with commitment and also courage. I think that's what is driving him for his success in his profession. Profession is IPS, it doesn't matter, whatever profession, maybe IAS or, but if you have those three qualities, I think you will be successful in your life, in your career. Then, what is more important to be called a person as a competent? What is more important? Competent person means, what is the essential requirement for a competent person? Knowledge. Then what else? Having knowledge of no use unless you apply. Application. You must have an ability to apply your knowledge to achieve your goal. Then having again application ability of your knowledge will not improve your marketability unless you communicate properly. Particularly, this is what exactly the corporate looking for from all of you. Knowledge, communication, and application. If you have these three qualities, then you will be treated as a competent person. Then along with this competency, you need to have a commitment to use your competency and courage to discharge your legitimate duty, whatever. So, I think you must prepare these qualities with all of you. Then, very broadly, I wish that the students should note down next 18 points, what I am going to tell you. 1 to 18 points with 2 to 3 words only, not a big lecture, okay? Why I am telling you at the end, I will tell you why I wanted you to note down those 18 points. And you can do a small exercise, 8-member group at later stage, maybe when you are free. Just go to 8, 9 students, sit in the evening hours while taking tea, then you do little small exercise, then you will understand to what extent you are now having all these qualities, and what are your gap between the corporate's needs and your own personal present status. Then how to improve your marketability, okay? The first expectation is, as I told you, you must have a knowledge in your own with latest knowledge. Upgrade your knowledge. Just completing your BSc Agriculture or BTech is not just sufficient. You must upgrade. Learning is a continuous process. Knowledge gaining is a dynamic process, and you can't just stop. Okay, I got degree, now this is enough for getting a job. But now you must upgrade your knowledge in your own field. It's not that you don't need to knowledge in all sectors, but you must upgrade your knowledge in your own field. Then the second one is, to what extent you have the ability to set your goal, and also the ability towards orientation, towards that goal ability. Of course, one is a target setting as well as your role defining. In that goal, what is your role? You have to define yourself. You must have a clarity in your thinking. If you just do many things at a time without proper planning, probably you will end up without any results. So this is one important character to achieve your ultimate life ambition or life goal. Then the third one is, of course, as I already, commitment, which is already there as a part of your competency. Then team spirit, which is very much essential. I appreciate the team that is organizing this conclave. They have excellent team spirit. I appreciate. You must have ability to work under multicultural and multinational environment, because the corporates are now multinational. You must have ability to work with our African colleagues, with our American colleagues, maybe Australian colleagues, doesn't matter. So you must have that ability. So whether you have that adjusting attitude towards the multinational or multicultural environment, multicultural working environment, and that is very important. Then another important factor is, after all, we are human being. Am I correct? Whether you are the corporate CEO or you are a chief minister or a CEO or whatever, first we are a human being. Certain basic qualities we must retain, we must express as and when it is required. For example, while you are moving on road, if somebody got accident and you can't just leave him and go, leave him or her. So you must help to whatever way that is possible for you. I think that is also essential to really to survive in this competitive world. It may be a too much commercial world, I agree, but along with that commercialization, but human values are increasing, because human values are going down. Therefore, there is a need to improving these human values. As a part of that, corporates also looking forward at really to what extent a person is really having a basic quality of the human being. Then of course you should have a very flexible attitude and at work, and you can't be very rigid, and sometimes you have to change your way of doing things, sometimes you have to work with others. So you should have that flexibility, adjusting nature according to this requirement. So that is also another requirement. Then of course ultimately any corporate has their own clients, customers, and ultimately you must be towards customer oriented. Whatever you deliver your output at the end of the day or end of the week, that should satisfy your ultimate customer. Then cost conscious, which is very important. Many people sometimes they don't realize that this management is not monitoring their working style and working timings or whatever. But now there is every inbuilt regulation is there to monitor whether you are working in a cost effective manner or in a very luxurious manner. For example, a company gives you a mobile phone free. I mean, they will charge unlimited. And if you go on talking, later they will simply fire back you. No, we don't want this type of things. So you must use all official purposes, and even to some extent some personal, but it should be within the limit. So cost conscious is very, very important. Then of course innovative, you must think differently to do the same work in a better manner. That's what we call innovations. And to what extent you are innovative, then of course the honesty at work, you must admit if you come late also, yes, I came late due to some reason. And if you don't sometimes do some work at the end of the day, and you can always give an acceptable reason, and you must admit some mistakes. See, human being, always not a perfect person. We are always, nobody is perfect in this world. So, but we must you must honest to admit or accept our weaknesses and our problems if we really face anywhere. Then of course this is a competition should be healthy, not unhealthy competition. Competition is a must to progress yourself and to make your company or organization prosperous. But it should be a healthy competition, it should not be an unhealthy competition. Then quality of the work. How much work you do is also important, but at the same time, what is the quality of that work? Say for example, somebody is typing 10 page in a day. Somebody is typed only 5 page, but 10 page typing might have 100 errors, 5 page typing has no error. Which is better? 5 page. So people value that. Do it whatever you could, but do it in a very, very quality manner. So that quality of the work is highly valued in this today's corporate world. Then, of course, effective communication, as already told you. Then another important is as an ideal human being, we must have a helping attitude. We must have a helping attitude to your colleague, to your boss, to your subordinate. Doesn't matter who is ever. As and when somebody is really in need of your support, and without affecting your own career, you can always do it. That will be a plus point for you while grading your overall performance at the end of the year. Yes, he or she, yes, she is a helping attitude. She does her work, he does her work at the same time, as and when we need either subordinate or superiors or colleagues, I think he or she also extends some help. That would be always valued as an additional point for all of you. Then one is a confidence in work. Confidence. People, just now you heard how Mr. Sabharwal has spoken with great confidence. You do whatever work with a confidence. Be positive. If you have a positive and confidence at initiating level, at any level of the initiating your work or then that itself gives you more than 50% of strength to you while working, and that will be reflected in your functioning, that will be reflected in your work. So therefore confidence, what is your level of confidence is very important for this getting a good job in the, of course, positive thinking. You must be positive. That will keep your health also very positive, and also keep your colleagues and also very pleasant. Then challenge acceptance. As I told you, the today's corporate world is most challenging, and one should have a ability to accept challenging oriented task. Then only they will recognize you as a potential person in any corporates. I think I will stop it here as far as what are the requirements of the corporates, but I'm sure the people, students coming from such a reputed university like LPU might have almost half of these qualities, but certainly nobody is perfect, as I told you, even myself, nobody is perfect in this world. So there's always a scope for refining yourself, improving your personality to suit into this today's corporate world. Unless you fit into the system and unless the universities like LPU prepare the youth to meet these challenges, and we cannot really achieve the what we wanted to see India as a superpower by 2025 or whatever. So future India lies with youth, but the role of youth lies in the hands of the premier institutions like LPU. So we must recognize that fact. The role of universities and higher education institutions are very, very important in shaping the youth to make the country progress. So with these words, thank you very much for listening. And if you have any questions, I will be very, very happy to interact with all of you. As I told you, I got an opportunity to work in the international system and national system. Went back to my own Telangana state with great pride to serve for the state in 2007, and I am still in the Telangana state. And I left my job in Delhi. People are crazy to come to Delhi, but I already spent my time. Then I thought I should go back to home. So likewise, so any questions, if you want to ask me, I will be very happy to answer to your questions. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Now we will have the interactive session. Anybody, if you have got some doubts or questions or any point to share with, just raise your hand. The coordinator will be there with the mic.
I think you have a school of agriculture.
Hello, sir.
Probably students from agriculture might be having several things in their minds. You are free to.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I am very honored to talk to a respectable person like you. I am from agriculture.
Very good.
Majority of the students who are sitting here belong to agriculture branch.
Oh, I am very happy to know that. Huh?
Actually, we want some suggestions which will overcome agriculture after BSc. Can you please explain us future professions?
So, specifically, you want to know, I didn't get your point, but general question. So, what is your advice for the graduates coming from this university? Is it the same?
Not advice. I want some suggestions.
Yeah, tell me.
From you.
No, regarding what?
About agriculture.
Okay, so please note that Indian economy is even today agriculture-led economy. Out of 165 lakh crores of total Indian economy, 52 lakh crores is coming from agri and agri-business sectors. Please remember, 52 lakh crores are coming from agri-business sectors, both agri-input, agri-output sector, total agri-business, including agri-processing and everything. Such a very big sector. And there is a huge demand for agri-graduates in this country, particularly in my state, Telangana, which is widely known as a seed capital of India. So Hyderabad, I'm not boasting myself, it's a prominent city in our own country. Hyderabad is known as a pharmaceuticals capital of India, biscuits capital of India, seed capital of India. So they're hardcore agriculture. We have more than 500 seed companies located in and around Hyderabad, and their total business size is 7,000 crores. And the people working in and around Hyderabad in different seed sectors are 6,000 agriculture graduates are working. Obviously, the outcome, the Telangana Agriculture University is producing very only 500 graduates from every year. And according to our knowledge, more than 1,000 students are going out of Telangana to different universities like LPU in Maharashtra and other states studying their agriculture graduation. This is a very potential education as far as this Telangana is concerned, and also India is concerned. After all, the huge demand. We have more than 30,000 agriculture scientists working in both national system, that is Indian Council of Agriculture Research, and in different other state agriculture universities. And we don't have any problem. We have agri corporates are looking forward, and food retailing sectors are looking forward, and agri processing sector is looking forward for agri graduates. So therefore, this is a very bright course for young people. Not necessarily they come and do, they get only job, but there are huge opportunities to start their own small startup companies like in agribusiness, huge opportunities. So you can create your own agribusiness firm and provide a job to another 100 to 200 people. So I think that is what I would like to suggest, that there is a great opportunity for agri graduates.
Thank you, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm Suchit Kumar, sir, pursuing BSc Honors Agriculture.
Okay.
So I am also from Telangana state, sir, from Karimnagar.
Okay.
So I would like to ask you a question, sir. The thing is, actually the people sitting here, majority are from Telugu states.
Yeah.
The reason there is, we have less number of agricultural colleges in our Telangana and also Andhra Pradesh.
Correct.
So when compared to other states, why we are having less agriculture colleges? Means who is responsible for that? Either the government or the people or the change in the different fields.
Yeah.
Because we have a number of engineering colleges, especially from 100 to 200 colleges all over just surrounding the Hyderabad. But why there are no agricultural colleges in our state? So I would like to ask you that.
See, if you see the total number of intakes into BS agriculture in all universities in the entire country, around 30,000 per year. And 12,000 seats are there in one state. That is, which state? Out of 30,000, almost 1/3 are in one state, that is in Maharashtra. The rest, different other states. Coming to Telangana or Andhra, together, Telangana and Andhra together, there are less than 1,000 seats in a year, due to various reasons actually. And unfortunately, when I was on the board of management, until just very recently, I was a member in the board of management for 2 terms. We initiated the process that as a policy, every district should have one agriculture college. Somehow it involves a lot of finance and other things, so it was not materialized, but there are 3 new colleges have come up. But demand is much higher from Telangana because of the presence of the huge agri industries in Telangana state. And there is a huge demand. And somehow this agriculture education was not open to the private sector. But now in Andhra Pradesh, after bifurcation of the state, now it is open. Now in Andhra Pradesh, it's already Mr. Chandrababu Naidu government has taken a decision. You are going to have a private agriculture universities or agriculture colleges in Andhra Pradesh. But in Telangana, government is likely to start, already they have started a new colleges, and they want to start, one college in Warangal is coming this year. One college already came in Mahbubnagar last year. So there are 3 colleges have come within 2 years, and 3 more colleges. If you start one in Adilabad, Nalgonda, and Nizamabad, then every district will have one agriculture college. But still, we have 2 open to the private sector in Telangana, but Andhra Pradesh has already opened. But I suggest you that doesn't mean that you should only study in home state. I suggest you at least one of your masters or bachelor degree you must study in outside state if you want to get a good exposure. Doesn't matter private or public. I am not going to really bother. You must study either bachelor degree or master degree in other than home state, really to improve your personality, as I told you, to get some of those qualities required by the corporates. And not necessarily that 10th, intermediate, everything looking in the same place, same thing. It's not good. I suggest you that you must do that, masters or bachelor degree, or at least PhD. If somebody want to pursue higher education, at least PhD. Because we heard that here you have the integrated master's degree, and you must do PhD in other than other states. So that will improve your knowledge, that will improve your horizon of thinking of your subject and also the other things.
Sir, here. Sir, my name is Pranay Kumar, myself from Telangana. I want to ask you one question.
Okay.
It may be with many people. If there are 2 people who are competing for a job in Telangana or any other state, one with the ICAR recognition and one with a skill, whom they gonna prefer?
See, I understand this problem. I think, but we always tell that we should not play any game with the lives of the students. Okay, so I suggest the management of this university, probably even I meet them personally, maybe after this session. ICR recognition there is no such procedure as ICR recognition. What is important is just like AICT accreditation to your engineering, MCI accreditation to medical, and AICT recognition for management. Likewise, ICR has a provision to give an accreditation to the college that offers undergraduate program. And for that, this already UGC approved university, this LPU, and we have KIT University, WIT University. Likewise, we have some very good Amrita University near Coimbatore. So we have quite number of private universities set up with the UGC, within the framework of the UGC and with the UGC approval. This is like any other universities. What is, at least I suggest the management to write a letter to the ICR, Deputy Director General Education, requesting them to send the accreditation team. We are offering, because it's a UGC university. So like Agra University is offering BSAG. Not necessarily agriculture university should only offer BSAG. General universities can also offer BS Agriculture, like Agra University is offering, and Meerut University is offering in North India. So therefore, what ideally, without really making a bigger issue, simply we have to write a letter to ICR, Deputy Director General Education, requesting them to informing that this is a so-and-so university established under the UGC Act and offering the BSc Agriculture course and 4 years course or 4+2, whatever, and sending all the course curriculum and all those, your course structure and pattern, and requesting the ICR to send a accreditation team. Please give a accreditation. So they will constitute a accreditation committee with 5 members, and the committee will revisit and see whether they fulfill the basic norms and give accreditation, because it's already UGC recognized university. So there is, and they will give different gradings, A+, there is some grading process. So once you have that accreditation, then you are like anybody, you are like anybody. Anna University in Tamil Nadu, I think there's a huge problem, but now everything is solved. ICR gave an accreditation with some suggestions. Of course, they gave some B grading and asking them to improve these facilities. So when you compare to those things, and this is a much better university with all facilities required more than the accreditation. So what is important is you have to fulfill the process. That's all. And
Thank
I don't
you,
see
sir.
any
Now
problem.
we are done with the questions for this session. Everybody will get their chances. We have many more sessions coming in these 2 days. So thank you, sir. Now, everybody, your eyes onto the screen. We will have a small, short video glimpse on the screen about Dr. Aldas Jania.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That was an impressive speech for all the agri people over here. And I think you have made with all of your queries.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening Galaxy All Vectors. We welcome our guest from 92.7 Big FM, Prajne Ahuja, Programming Manager, and RJ Sandy.
We would like to recognize their presence with a loud round of applause. And now I welcome RJ Sandy onto the dais to energize our voters of this new generation. I think you people can give him a loud round of applause. This is RJ Sandy coming on the stage to cheer you up.
Mic check. Hello, LPU. Hi, this is ACP Sandy from 92.7 Big FM. ACP मतलब किसी को पता है? आप सुनते हैं आपको रेडियो को, क्योंकि आपका उस वक्त लेक्चर चलते होते हैं। 2 से 5 मैं शो करता हूं, नाका 927। कैसा लग रहा है आपको यहां पर आके? बताइए सबसे पहले, तालियों से बताइए। सो वी आर यूथ और बहुत सारे खास पर्सनैलिटीज जो पहुंची हैं, बहुत अच्छी उन्होंने बातें बताई कि एक बात है कि सबसे पहले आपको एक अच्छा इंसान बनने की जरूरत है किसी भी कॉर्पोरेट के अंदर, तो वो आप करते हैं। थैंक यू वेरी मच। एंड 92.7 बिग एफएम से एसीपी सैंडी यहां पर मैं पहुंचा हूं। यहां से हम लाइव शो रिकॉर्ड करेंगे आपके लिए, जो आपकी आवाज जाएगी, आपको मैं यहां पर देके जाऊंगा कुछ प्राइज। आर यू रेडी? देखो मैं हैगा पंजाबी बंदा, पंजाबी केड़े केड़े ने भाजी मेरे जो पंजाब तो बिलोंग करते हैं? हाँ, क्योंकि बहुत सारे स्टेट्स स्टूडेंट्स ने, तभी मैं हिंदी बोला था शुरू में, क्योंकि मेरे को पता है कि बहुत सारे पंजाबी समझ नहीं। पंजाबी सभी समझ आती है सभी को? किसी को समझ क्यों नहीं आती? बताओ किसी को समझ नहीं आती पंजाबी? चलिए ओके। 92.7 बिग एफएम से मैं शो रिकॉर्ड करूंगा यहां से आपको, आपके लिए। और सबसे पहले कि एलपीयू जब भी आता हूं तो यहां पर बहुत सारा टैलेंट होता है जो यहां पर चेक करने को मिलता है और उनको मैं प्राइज देता हूं। ऐसा टैलेंट जो मुझे एक गाना सुनाए, सबसे पहले गाना सुनाएगा, उसको रिकॉर्ड करूंगा यहां पर। अल्फाबेट एस से नाम किसका स्टार्ट होता है? एस, अल्फाबेट एस से। अरे सुनो मेरी बात, सबसे पहले सुनिए लेडीज फर्स्ट, लेडीज फर्स्ट। एस से लेडीज में लिखाओ, में से किसका नाम? आइए प्लीज कम हियर, प्लीज प्लीज आइए जल्दी फटाफट। यस, ब्लैक शर्ट, प्लीज कम हियर। चांस सोना तो चाक चाहिए, क्योंकि हमारे साथ आ रही है ये ब्लैक टी शर्ट लड़की। जोरदार तालियां इनके लिए। आइए और रिकॉर्ड करते हैं इनको। सबसे पहले मैं बता दूं कि 92.7 बिग एफएम से आज शो रिकॉर्ड करके जाऊंगा, वो सैटरडे आप सुन सकते हैं 3 to 5। तो आप अपनी आवाज सुन सकते हैं, जो आप भी बोलना चाहते हैं रेडियो पर, तो ये आवाज जाएगी इनकी। क्योंकि देखिए आपको पता है, सुनो सुनाओ, ये पता ना आपको, जब मैं यहां पे इसमें बोलूंगा तो आपने बोलना सभी ने, सुनो सुनाओ लाइव बनाओ, ठीक है? प्लीज थोड़ा जी?
स्वाति।
स्वाति, so are you ready? चलिए फिर एक गाना सुना दिए फटाफट अपनी लैंग्वेज, तेलुगु सुनाइए आप गाना, सुनाइए। चलिए, नहीं
Sorry, I can't sing. Actually, all of you know my voice is too bad.
नहीं बैड नहीं है, बस आपको ये है कि आप हिम्मत है, आप में हिम्मत है ना, तो दिखा दीजिए सभी को कि गा सकते हैं आप, प्लीज जल्दी।
Please, don't force me. My voice is too bad.
नहीं कोई भी सुनो, फटाफट सुनाइए। अच्छा इनका साथ देने कौन आएगा? अरे तेलुगु वाला, आंध्रा से। आंध्रा से कौन है जो आंध्रा से जो बिलोंग करता है? प्लीज इनको ज्वाइन कीजिए। अरे भाई आंध्रा की लड़की है तो आंध्रा को देखिए, वो गा नहीं पा रही है तो आपको गाना पड़ेगा, प्लीज कम। हाँ? प्रसन्ना। Who is प्रसन्ना? प्रसन्ना, प्लीज कम। अरे वो तो छुप गई नीचे आए। लुक छुप जाओ ना। आ जाओ प्लीज। सो एक बार जोरदार तालियां प्रसन्ना के लिए। सो प्रसन्ना बिल्कुल हमारे बीच में आ रही है, क्योंकि देखिए आंध्रा का नाम हमने रोशन करेंगे यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा। और प्रसन्ना कहाँ है? प्रसन्न नहीं दिख रही, प्रसन्न नहीं थी वो भी जी। प्रसन्न आती हुई बिल्कुल अपने पाँव के साथ और कैट वॉक करती, क्या बात है, बिल्कुल जोरदार स्वागत कीजिए। ओके प्रसन्ना, आप छुप क्यों रही थी बताओ?
Because I'm scared.
चलिए देखिए, इन्होंने बोला कि गाना सुना दी फटाफट।
ఏ సాంగ్ పాడమంటారు చెప్పండి మీరు తెలుగు పీపుల్? ఏదైనా సోలో ఒకటి నెమ్మదిగా ఒక్క నిమిషం చెప్పండి. ఏ సాంగ్ వెయిట్ అంతమంది చెప్తుంటే నాకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు. ఒక
क्या कह रहे हो?
Actually they are saying that sing any confident song.
हाँ सुना दो फटाफट, दो लाइनें। हाँ 2 लाइनें।
What? I didn't get it.
चलिए फटाफट, जल्दी।
गब्बर सिंह
चलो।
ओ देखो गब्बर सिंह ऑल इंडिया की हाइपर सिंह। That's it.
ओके थैंक यू वेरी मच। एक बार जोरदार तालियां प्रसन्ना के लिए। क्या आपका नाम क्या है?
स्वाति।
और स्वाति के लिए जोरदार तालियां। एंड बिल्कुल और ढक्कन उसका ये गर्भता करते हुए थैंक यू वेरी मच प्रसन्ना एंड स्वाति।
Thank you
वेरी मच। ते बाकी सुन 92.7 बिग एफएम सुनाओ लाइव बनाओ। ओके यो हनी सिंह आ जाओ भाई, तुसी आ जाओ पहला फटाफट। देखिए इसके बाद एक गेम होती है मेरी बोलती बंद। अब देख रहे हैं बोलती बंद किनकी होती है, मेरी होती है या फिर आपकी? उसके रूल्स मैं आपको बताऊंगा इस गाने के बाद। क्या है रूल्स, उसके लिए तैयार रहिए, क्योंकि उसके अंदर मुझे 5 बॉयज और 5 गर्ल्स चाहिए उसके अंदर, जिनके अंदर कंपटीशन होगा। यस प्लीज कम। ओके बोहेमिया के कौन फैन है? बोहेमिया नोबडी। यो हनी सिंह देखे केड़े फैन है? हनी सिंह की कौन फैन है? बट आप कह रहे हैं कि बोहेमिया का फैन है। चलिए ये माइक पकड़िए प्लीज।
अजय कुमार।
सिनेमा पूछा कौन सा जेल पी जितने की कॉन्क्लेव चल रही पर इतने नाका 927 लाइव फ्रॉम कैंपस में चलता पिया। ये 10 बजे इतने बहुत सा टैलेंट चेक हो रहा है पीयू वाले मेरे दोस्त जेडे ने बहुत बढ़िया गाना सुना रहे थे। हुन टाइम हो चुकी रैप सुनिए ना तो सो इस वक्त मिलने रैप सुनाने वास्ते अजय की हाल चाल ਤੁਹਾਡੇ?
ਵਧੀਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਾਓ।
ਕਿਹੜਾ ਸੁਣਾਓਗੇ ਗਾਣਾ?
ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੀਤ ਮੇਰੇ ਜਾਤ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੀ ਕਿਤਾਬ।
ਚਲੋ ਸੁਣਾ ਦਿਓ ਫਟਾਫਟ।
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਗੱਲ ਦੱਸੋ ਇੱਕ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੈਪ ਕਿਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਫਿੱਟ ਹੁਣ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਇੱਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇੱਕ ਬੋਹੀਮੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਕੌਣ ਖੁਦ ਬੋਹੀਮੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਸਿੱਖ
थैंक यू वेरी मच गाइस जोरदार तालियां तो बिल्कुल नहीं है जी अजय जी ने बहुत बढ़िया कहा कि उसके बाद खेलेंगे बोलती बंद गेम का नाम देता है कौन कुड़ियां जीत गई या फिर मुंडे जीत नहीं पता लग गया थोड़ी देर पहले 92.7 मेगा फन दे सुनो सुनाओ लाइक बनाओ ओके गेम फटाफट खत्म करेंगे प्लीज 5 लड़के और 5 लड़की आ जाइए प्लीज यहां पर स्टेज पर अच्छा सुनिए सुनिए मैं ऐसे नाम लेता हूं देखता हूं कि मेरी जो थिंकिंग है कितनी अच्छी है पूजा पूजा है कोई पूजा नो सुरभि सुरभि है कोई अभी पहले लड़कियों के नाम जो होते हैं नाम है ना वो प्रियंका प्रियंका है कोई प्रियंका है प्लीज जल्दी है फटफट ऐसे नहीं होगा फिर मैं अब ऐसे कि मेरे को रैंडम उठाने पड़ेंगे अल्फाबेट एन से नाम किसका स्टार्ट होता है एन अल्फाबेट एन अरे भाई लड़कियों की बात कर रहा हूं मैं लड़की मत करिए अभी वो कोई रही है मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि प्लीज कम मेंबर्स को कि 5 बॉयज 5 गर्ल्स यहां पर आ जाएं प्लीज मेंबर्स को मैं कहूंगा कि प्लीज 5 बॉयज 5 गर्ल्स आ जाएं यहां पर मेंबर्स को कहूंगा कि प्लीज 5 बॉयज और 5 गर्ल्स यहां पर भेज दीजिए स्टेज पर प्लीज भी जल्दी फटाफट 5 बॉयज 5 गर्ल्स प्लीज कम हियर एंड जॉइन मी बोलती बंद इसके अंदर क्या होता है इस गेम के अंदर रूल समझा दूं क्या होते हैं 5 बॉयज हो गए 5 बॉयज 5 1 2 इस साइड जी थोड़ा सा इस साइड 5 गर्ल्स 2 गर्ल्स 3 मोर हेलो 1 2 3 4 वर्षा हु इज वर्षा एंड और कोई बुलाना चाहेंगे आप और कोई ओके 4 ओके 1 मोर वर्षा चलिए हो गए 5 ठीक है ओहो चलिए आप 6 हो गए इधर आ जाइए फिर आ गए आप तो 1 बॉय प्लीज कम हियर एक आ जाइए आप भी आ जाइए चलिए 92.7 बिग एफएम पर मेरी गेम होती है बोलती बंद जिसके अंदर क्या होता है कि मैं आपसे बिल्कुल सवाल जैसे करते हैं जैसे एक दूसरे से दोस्त बात करते हैं वैसे बात करूंगा पर जब आप मेरे से जो बात करेंगे उसके अंदर आपने कौन से शब्द यूज बिल्कुल नहीं करने हां नहीं बोलना हां जी नहीं बोलना ना जी नहीं बोलना यस नहीं बोलना नो नहीं बोलना नहीं करना ओके नहीं कहना चुप नहीं रहना और मेरी बात का सही जवाब होना चाहिए सिर्फ 5 क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा आपसे 5 क्वेश्चन के आपने सही जवाब दे दिए तो आप जीत जाएंगे इसके अंदर फिर दोबारा बता दूं पार्टिसिपेंट मैं आपसे बात करूंगा उस बात के दौरान आपको हां नहीं बोलना ना नहीं बोलना हां जी नहीं बोलना ना जी नहीं बोलना यस नहीं बोलना नो नहीं करना सिर नहीं लेना ऐसे ऐसे कुछ नहीं करना मेरी बात का सही जवाब एक बार आपने जो आंसर बोल दिया जैसे आपने बोल दिया बिल्कुल बिल्कुल दोबारा यूज नहीं कर सकते हैं जहां पर बिल्कुल बोल दिया दोबारा आपने बोल दिया कोई भी वर्ड को दोबारा यूज कर लिया वहीं पर गेम खत्म आप हो जाओगे गेम से बाहर सो बॉयज आपकी टीम का नाम क्या है क्या नाम रखोगे आप टीम का
विजय कालेज 11
विजय काले ग्रुप you know okay विजय काले ग्रुप okay and फैंटास्टिक 7 देखते हैं फैंटास्टिक 7 और विजय काले ग्रुप जीता कौन हारता you know ओके अब रूल्स पता लगे आपको सभी को ऐसा तो नहीं है किसी को पता ना रूल के बारे में देखिए आपसे बात करूंगा उस बात के दौरान आपको क्या करना है आपको हां नहीं बोलना है ना नहीं बोलना है हां जी नहीं बोलना है यस नहीं बोलना मतलब हिंदी के अंदर मैं बोल दूं सकारात्मक और नकारात्मक जवाब नहीं देने आपने ठीक है और कोई भी जवाब आप एक दोबारा बोल दिया दोबारा रिपीट नहीं कर सकते हैं आप ठीक है भाई इसको पकड़ो आप इसको यहां पे रखो मेरे को दो ऐसे हाँ ਅੱਜ ਸੁਣ ਇੰਜੋਏ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ 92.7 ਬਿਗ ਐਫਐਮ ਤੇ ਨਾਕਾ 927 ਆਪਣੇ ACP ਸੈਂਡੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ACP ਮਤਲਬ ਅੱਤ ਸਿਨੇਮਾ ਪੁਜਾਰੀ ਪਹੁੰਚਿਆ ਜੀ LPU, ਇਦਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ। ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਜ਼ੋਰਦਾਰ ਤਾਲੀਆਂ। ਤੇ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਜੀ ਗੇਮ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਖੇਡਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਆ ਬੋਲਤੀ ਬੰਦ। ਦੋ ਟੀਮਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੰਡਿਆ ਗਿਆ। ਇੱਕ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਜੀ ਵੀਜੇ ਖਾਲੀ ਗਰੁੱਪ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਵੀਜੇ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਰੱਖ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਪੂਰਾ ਇੱਕ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਰੱਖਿਆ। ਦੂਸਰੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਫੈਂਟੈਸਟਿਕ 7, 7 ਕੰਟੈਸਟੈਂਟ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾਮ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਫੈਂਟੈਸਟਿਕ 7। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਗੇਮ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਬੋਲਤੀ ਬੰਦ। ਇਸ ਗੇਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ मैं ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ हाँ नहीं बोलना, ना नहीं बोलना, हाँ जी नहीं बोलना, ना जी नहीं बोलना, यस नहीं बोलना, नो नहीं बोलना, हूँ नहीं करना, ओके नहीं करना, चुप नहीं रहना। तो देखिए ये होती है। ओके सो स्टार्ट करते हैं गेम। क्या नाम है आपका? गेम स्टार्ट करते हैं आपसे, ठीक है? आर यू रेडी?
रेडी।
ओके ये बताइए सलमान खान आपका फेवरेट है कि नहीं?
नहीं।
नहीं बोल दिया, आउट हो गए गेम से आप। अगली आपसे गेम खेलते हैं। आप शादी करवाना चाहती हैं?
नो आई डोंट वांट टू डू मैरिज।
नो बोल दिया आपने। ओके आपने बिल्कुल ये कैप पहनी है, ठंड लग रही है आपको?
इट्स माय फेवरेट।
योर फेवरेट?
आई थिंक सो। आई थिंक सो।
आई थिंक सो दोबारा रिपीट कर दिया। आई थिंक सो, आई थिंक सो। अभी रुकिए। तो आपका नाम क्या है?
सुगंधिका।
तो ये बताइए कि अगर आपको मौका मिले एक दिन का प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनेगा, सबसे पहले काम क्या करेंगे आप?
आई ट्राई डू।
क्या करेंगे आप?
आई ट्राई डू।
ओके तो ये बताइए कि जो लड़के हैं सामने दिख रहे हैं, लड़के आपको दिख रहे हैं सभी ना, दिख रहे हैं, इसमें आपको सबसे स्मार्ट कौन लग रहा है आज?
यंग बॉयज।
हाँ
यंग बॉयज।
एंड बॉयज। अच्छा ये बताइए कि मैं आपको अच्छा लगता हूँ?
नॉट रियली।
नॉट बोल दिया आपने। ओके सो बिल्कुल अगले पार्टिसिपेंट ने क्या नाम का?
नशरीन।
नसरीन, बहुत अच्छा नाम है। और आप तैयार हैं गेम खेलने के लिए?
आई थिंक सो।
आई थिंक सो बार बार नहीं बोलना, ओके? बार बार बोलती हो तो अच्छा नहीं लगता। ओके ओके स्टार्ट करते हैं गेम थोड़े नाल ते ये हिंदी बोलूं पंजाबी बोलूं? ओके हिंदी बोलता है अपन। तो ये बताइए कि दो बंदे हैं, एक बंदा डूब रहा है, ठीक है, एक बंदा बिल्कुल कश्ती में। दो बंदे डूब रहे, चलिए दो बंदे डूब रहे हैं, एक वो है जिससे आप प्यार करते हैं, एक वो है जो आपको प्यार करता है। आप किसको बचाएंगे?
अब मैं अपने आप को बचाऊंगी।
क्यों बचाएंगी?
क्योंकि आई लव माई सेल्फ।
अच्छा जी। अरे भैया यहाँ पे तो बिल्कुल लड़की लास्ट टू जो बचे हैं। हाँ ओके आपका बॉयफ्रेंड है?
मेरे पापा।
पापा आपके बॉयफ्रेंड? शर्मा आ गई आई। जल्दी।
मेरे पापा मेरे बेस्ट फ्रेंड है।
आपके पापा बेस्ट फ्रेंड है? तो मम्मी क्या है आपकी?
बेस्ट लवर।
बताते हो, परिचय दे रहे हो आप? ओके लास्ट क्वेश्चन देखते हैं जीते हैं हारते हैं। शादी करवाएंगे आने वाले समय में?
समझ में नहीं आया।
आप शादी करवाना चाहेंगी आने वाले समय में?
पापा की मर्जी।
पापा की मर्जी। पापा को चलिए कोई बात नहीं। ओके देखते हैं ये फिलहाल तो लास्ट जो पार्टिसिपेंट है हमारे, गाना सुनाओ एक फटाफट मुझे लता मंगेशकर जी का मिस पूजा की आवाज में।
ए मेरे वतन के लोगों जरा आँख में भर लो पानी, जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी।
जोरदार तालियां। बिल्कुल उम्मीद मेरे को ये थी कि आपको गाना सुनाएंगे, पर अच्छा गाना चुना आपने। अच्छा ये बताइए मैं गाना सुनाने वाला हूँ आपको, एक गाना सुनाऊंगा, इस फिल्म का नाम बताना आपने कौन सा है। बड़ी मुश्किल है खोया मेरा दिल है, कोई उसे ढूंढ के लाए ना, कहाँ मैं जाऊं रपट लिखाऊं कोई बतलाए ना, कि रोऊं या हंसूं करूं मैं क्या करूं।
I don't know.
डोंट क्यों बोला आपने? नहीं बोल, सकारात्मक नकारात्मक जवाब नहीं देने थे आपने, क्या कर दिया आपने? गुजर के देखते हैं कुड़ियां दी टीम ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਪੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਜਿੱਤ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਜ਼ੋਰਦਾਰ ਤਾਲੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਕੀ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ?
शहनाज।
शहनाज के लिए जोरदार तालियां। शहनाज जीती हैं लड़कियों की टीम में से। अब देखिए लड़कियों की टीम में से कौन जीता है बताएंगे थोड़ी देर तक। बने 92.7 बिग एफएम थी। सुनो सुनाओ लाइव बनाओ। ओके अब आपसे गेम स्टार्ट करते हैं, ठीक है? फटाफट अब पता लग गया आपको रूल्स कैसे गेम खेलिए। 92.7 बिग एफएम ਤੇ ਇੰਜੋਏ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜੀ ਨਾਕਾ 900 ਸਟਾਈਲ ਲਾਈਵ ਫਰਮ ਕੈਂਪਸ ਤੇ ਸੈਟਰਡੇ ਵਾਲਾ ਦਿਨ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਕਾਲਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਣਾ ਐਲਪੀਯੂ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹੋਏ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਬੋਲਤੀ ਬੰਦ ਹੁਣ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੇਡਾਂ ਵੀਜੇ ਕੈਲੀ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਸੋ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਇਸ ਵਾਰ ਵੀਜੇ ਕੈਲੀ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦੇ ਖਾਸ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਪੈਂਟ ਨੇ। ਕੀ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜੀ? ਅਮਨ। ਅਮਨ ਜੀ ਫੇਵਰਿਟ ਐਕਟਰੈਸ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ?
फेवरेट भाई यार इतना तो कोई नहीं है कि
ਇਦਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਯਾਰ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲਤਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ। हाँ जी ਕੀ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜੀ?
प्रवीण।
प्रवीण। प्रवीण कहाँ से बिलोंग करते हैं आप?
आंध्रा से।
आंध्रा से आप। तो सबसे आंध्रा की सबसे अच्छी बात क्या है?
तेलुगु।
तेलुगु। तेलुगु के अंदर जब किसी को बोलना आई लव यू वेरी मच क्या बोलते, कैसे बोलेंगे?
तेलुगु में నేను నిన్ను ప్రేమిస్తున్నాను।
मेरे को समझ लगी वैसे बहुत अच्छा है। अच्छा ये बताइए कि प्यार अंधा होता है, लव इज ब्लाइंड?
समटाइम्स।
समटाइम्स क्यों?
समटाइम्स इट इज ब्लाइंड, समटाइम्स इट इज गुड।
वेरी गुड, शाबाश। पर आपने समटाइम्स दोबारा बोला, क्यों बोला समटाइम्स? रिपीट क्यों किया वर्ड? Yeah, this is a Vijay College, you know, captain of this group.
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Ajay Sandy, everybody!
Okay, Vijay, no, Vijay kota hai, Vijay Dinanath Chauhan. Hey, man, Vijay Dinanath Chauhan. Hey! ये कौन सी मूवी है?
अग्निपथ।
अग्निपथ। अग्निपथ जो अभी नहीं आई थी उसका उसमें एक्टर कौन था?
ऋतिक रोशन।
ऋतिक रोशन की 2 मूवीज बताएं।
काइट्स, धूम।
धूम 2। धूम 2 पक्की बात है? पक्की? अच्छा चलो लास्ट। अच्छे आप खेले, थैंक यू वेरी मच। भाईजान आपका नाम क्या है?
अर्को प्रसाद सेनगुप्ता।
हाँ?
अर्को प्रसाद सेनगुप्ता।
बहुत अच्छा नाम याद नहीं हो, बहुत टाइम लग रहा है। अच्छा अच्छा आजकल के यूथ के बारे में अगर यूथ को कोई मैसेज देना चाहो अपनी तरफ से तो क्या देना चाहेंगे आप?
से नो टू ड्रग्स।
ओके एंड ये मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि अगर आपको मौका मिले इस चीज़ को ख़त्म करने क्या काम करेंगे आप?
मैं पहले जैसे जितने भी ड्रग्स के शॉप्स हैं उन लोगों को जाके समझाऊंगा कि देखिए अगर ये लोग आप बेच रहे हो ये सब चीज़ है, ये सब बुरे वाला चीज़ है, अगर बेच रहे हो आप लोग तो फिर ये यूथ का आप लोग भलाई नहीं कर रहे हो, ये यूथ का खराबी कर रहे हो आप लोग। तो इसीलिए मैं उन लोगों से बातें करूंगा और फिर जो अपना मिनिस्टर है उन लोगों से भी बातें करूंगा।
बिल्कुल राइट, बिल्कुल राइट। जोरदार तालियां इनके लिए, बिल्कुल अच्छी बात बोली। क्या नाम है आपका?
श्रीकांत।
श्रीकांत कैसे हैं आप?
अच्छा हूँ।
बढ़िया
या
आपका नाम?
विश्वनाथ।
विश्वनाथ। जली को आग कहते हैं, भुजी को राग कहते हैं, जिस जली से आग ना बुझे विश्वनाथ कहते हैं। अच्छा ये डायलॉग किन क्या बताओ?
डायलॉग किन का? श्योर।
हाँ मां से कह दो जाके मैं आज वापस नहीं आऊंगा। चुप नहीं रहना था, अब हार गए हैं, पॉज हो गए हैं आप, आपको कुछ ना कुछ बोलना चाहिए। चलिए कोई नहीं, बहुत अच्छी बात है। और दोनों ग्रुप में इसके अंदर दो इस टीम के अंदर से 2 बने विनर विजय खेले एंड नाम आपका भूल है?
ऑर्को, ARKO।
ऑर्को। यस देखा लड़कियां फिर ऐसी नहीं। दोस्तों बंदे 92.7 बिग एफएम ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਣੇ ਪ੍ਰਾइज ਤੇ ਜਾਣਾਂਗੇ तो भोर ਗੱਲਾਂ। सुनो सुनाओ लाइक बनाओ। भाई साहब आपने मेरे को याद नहीं, थैंक यू वेरी मच। किसने बोला ये? दोनों ने बोला, आपको प्राइज मिलेगा। ओके सो 92.7 बिग एफएम अब कुछ प्राइज आपके लिए देगा। सो आप अपनी त्वचा को और ज्यादा निखार सकते हैं 90 डिग्री सैलून में जाकर। सो कौन था? आई प्लीज। ठीक है नेक्स्ट आ जाओ विजय। This is the beauty voucher. And चलिए, thank you very much all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. एक बार जोरदार तालियां ना दोनों वास्ते जी. एंड 92.7 बिग एफएम पर आप ये शो सुन सकते हैं सैटरडे 3 to 5 92.7 बिग एफएम. और जो सारी फोटोज वगैरह हैं या वहाँ पर ACP सैंडी और 92.7 बिग एफएम के पेज पर आपको मिल जाएंगी. कल ही मिल जाएंगी, आज नहीं, कल ही आज नहीं मिलेंगी, कल मिलेंगी. पर 92.7 बिग एफएम से जब भी आता हूँ तो कुछ ना कुछ मिमिक्री जरूर करके जाता हूँ. बॉलीवुड का शो होता है मेरा, तो कुछ आवाज़ें जरूर सुना के जाऊँगा आपको. अगर मान लो LPU के अंदर शाहरुख खान आए थे और इस बार फिर आ जाए, तो अगर वो देखें यहाँ के स्टूडेंट्स अलग अलग, ठीक है, तो क्या बोलेंगे वो? मैं जाता हूं यहां से गली से, तो मुझे कहते हैं यार तू पढ़ ले, तो मेरा दिल करता है कि मैं जाऊंगा LPU. तो मुझे बताइए कि यहां पर कौन से ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जिनकी कोई गर्लफ्रेंड नहीं है? सभी झूठ बोलते हैं. अरे भाई किधर गया? बाबूजी यहीं पे हूं. कहां ढूंढ रहे हो आप? अरे भाई मैं तुझे कब से ढूंढ रहा हूं, तू कहां है? बाबूजी मैं यहीं पे था. मैं तो वहां पे कैंटीन में चाय पी रहा था और कैंटीन वाला मुझे पैसे मांग रहा था. मैंने बोला ये 2.5 किलो खाता है. जब किसे पड़ता है ना, आदमी उठता नहीं, उठ जाता है. शक्ति कपूर आ गए थे. आओ, ममुन्नी को देखा, मैंने शीला को देखा, शीला नहीं मिली तो मैंने चमेली को देखा. पर जब मैं बोलता हूं आजकल मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लगता, क्योंकि मैं एक बाप बन चुका हूं, मेरी बेटी अच्छा काम कर रही है, तो मैं बोलूंगा श्रद्धा के लिए करी जोरदार तालियां, श्रद्धा के लिए. अच्छा, सलमान खान किनका फेवरेट है? सलमान खान. थोड़ी सी आवाज मेरी सही नहीं है, कोशिश करूंगा. मैंने कितनी बार बोला LPU में मत जाओ, ये समझते नहीं है, क्योंकि तुम्हारे से ज्यादा एक्टर LPU के अंदर हैं. तो बोलिए, जब भी आप अंदर जाएंगे तो ये बात बिल्कुल नहीं बोल सकते मेरी तरह. स्वागत नहीं करोगे हमारा? एंड देखो सजनों, मैं यहां पे आया. अभिषेक ने बोला क्यों आया, बताता हूं. जो पीछे हंस रहे हैं उनको मिलने आया. अच्छा चलो कोई गल नहीं, टाइम थोड़ा है, इस करके बहुत तुसी 92.7 बिग एफएम ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ फ्री टाइम, जब भी आपको फ्री टाइम लगे, हिंदी बोलता हूँ, जब भी आपको फ्री टाइम लगे 92.7 बिग एफएम जरूर ट्यून करना है. बहुत ऐसे शोज आते हैं, नीलेश मिश्रा की स्टोरी आती है, उसको जरूर सुनिए आप. और मेरा शो सुनिए नाका 927 जो आफ्टरनून में आता है 2 to 5. सो इंजॉय करना है. और ACP सैंडी नाम का पेज आपने जरूर लाइक करना है. कौन सा पेज है? ACP सैंडी. वैसे तो पंजाबी हैगी है, तो पंजाबी दे विच फुल फॉर्म हैगी है दी अत सिनेमा पुजारी. टोटल बॉलीवुड ते बॉलीवुड, सिर्फ मैं बॉलीवुड की गल करदा, सिर्फ मैं बॉलीवुड की गल करदा. पंजाबी सिनेमा और बॉलीवुड सिनेमा की बात होती है इस खास शो के अंदर. सो एंजॉय कीजिए आप और कहते रहिए हमारे साथ. सुनो सुनाओ, आवाज नहीं आ रही, आप क्यों गए? सुनो सुनाओ. थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड लव यू ऑल. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you, sir, for cheering the audience up.
That was really cool, right? I think all of you got energized back, all the Vertos. Are you ready for the next speak? Are you ready to shoot your queries again? Your doubts, your points, your views, everything? So hereby, let's call upon our next speaker, Mr. Ajay Saini, the Group Director of ISRO. I call upon him to deliver the speech. Sir, please, let's give him a loud round of applause as he's on to the dais. First, everybody on your eyes to the screen. We will have a short glimpse on the video. First, we will have the speech, and after that, we will have the video.
the first slide.
Before we start the speech, we will have a felicitation ceremony over here. Ajay Saini sir will be giving the token of memento, the memento to Mr. Ahuja sir. Sir, please come to the side.
Actually, we'll do felicitation for them. They are leaving, so you will be felicitating them. So then you will start the lecture.
It's okay, but it's there in the pen drive.
It's the.
So we'll load it.
Yes, I'll open it, sir. Sure.
Okay, at least the first slide.
Presentation on.
एक मिनट फेलिसिटेट करना है सर. हाय सर, नमस्ते. Pleasure meeting. I'm doing good. How about you? Thank you, sir.
Can we get the lights on the dais, please? Everybody, please give a loud round of applause.
ये ऑन करना, इसको कनेक्ट करना. Sam.
Thank you, Mr. Ahuja, and thank you, Mr. Ajay Saini. Now we will move on to the speech.
This first one.
No, come. This is today's date. 16th, this one. You just put first slide there. Where is the title? This title is not coming. No, this title, this one. It's okay. Yes, my dear student community, I'll introduce myself first. My name is Ajay Saini. I am Group Director with Semiconductor Laboratory based in Chandigarh, Mohali. So this invitation was from various colleges and schools for giving such motivational talks. Her first talk, recent talk, was in Canada, which was attended by the big dignitaries Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Larry Page, Bill Clinton, and so forth. She is just 10-year-old girl, a snap memory with lot of motivation and energy in her. So that is what I am seeing here in the students here. Before I start my talk, I'll make a very heavy loaded statement here. I repeat, I'm going to make a serious statement here, and the statement goes like this. This planet is going to become paradise on earth in next 50 years. This earth planet is going to become paradise in next 50 years. Who agrees with this statement, please raise their hands. I want to see how many thinks that this planet is going to become paradise on earth. Please raise their hands. So, okay, there are not many who have come forward to raise their hands, but I'll take you through this motivational talk that what is likely to happen in next 50 years, how technology is going to empower this humanity, how the world is likely to change in coming 15, 20, 30 and 50 years, what kind of roles you are going to play in coming years. As I was asked that you are the change makers of this nation, so you should be prepared to take such roles, take such responsibilities, own such tasks, so that you are able to think much ahead and plan your career in future. But before I talk what is likely to happen in future, I'll take you through the last 5,000 years, what has happened, what this man was doing, what inventions were carried out, who were the inventors, and what were the main activities which man was performing. See, 5,000 years before, the major activity of a human being was just to eat, enjoy, roam in jungles, and fight. That used to be the main activity. He used to live in caves. There were no scientists, no inventors, no R&D personnel at that point of time. If I talk maybe half the period, that is 2,500 years before, what man did? He invented some tools, he came out with some skills in himself. He started living from jungles to small helmets. He was living in small groups. He started making roads. He started making buildings. He started making canals. There are live examples of pyramids which are more than 2,500 years old in Egypt. Even that time there were no inventors, no scientists, no engineers, but they were thinkers of that time. And they were persons like Socrates, like Aristotle. So they were the people who were used to throw some lights, used to guide them. But the people were illiterate of that time and they used to throw stones at them, that what they are talking, that is something out of their mind. If we look at next 500 years, let's say from 1200 onwards to 1900, this period is called Renaissance of Europe. These 500 years in Europe, if you read history, lot of mathematics, physics, chemistry, biosciences, these were developed. These were evolved by the human being. And the people who were there on the scene of inventions, who were called scientists of that time, they were persons like Newton. So I'll run you through 2 slides which will give you insight of how human being has developed, how it has come to this level in different roles. So there are 2 slides with me which I'll show you. So this is just depiction of how the man started and how it is today. So this is the first 5000 period, the first row you can read, which talks about. So I was talking about next 500 years. So the scientists who were there at that time were Newton, Kepler, Galileo, and Copernicus. So you could have counted those people. Those were probably 10, 15 or 50 in numbers. Then the period of next 200 years, if you look at it, 1700 to 1900, the first industrial revolution came. Steam engine was developed by James Watt. Electricity was invented. Electric bulb was invented. Then battery and thermometer, like so many things, were invented during that period. And who were the inventors? They were James Watt, Benjamin Franklin, Edison, Voltas, Celsius. If you count them, I am just giving an illustration, it may not be exact figure. The scientists were maybe hundreds in numbers. If I move further, next 50 years, from 1900 to 1950, this period is called Second Industrial Revolution. The inventions were made in terms of aeroplanes, automobiles, war machines, weapons, atom bombs. And who were the R&D personnel of that age? These were Bohr, Curie, Rutherford, Fermi, Hubble, Planck, and you could have counted them in thousands. If you look at next 50 years, 1950 to 2000, so major activities which I have put here as atomic age, jet age, communication age, electronic age, or digital age. The inventions which were made were computers were invented, rocket engines, jet engines were invented, medicines came into the being, black hole was invented, was discovered, genes were discovered. So the scientists of that age were Einstein, Bardeen. Bardeen is a scientist who invented first transistors. That's an electronic device which has revolutionized this world today. Hawkins, Stephen Hawking, Watson, Hergobin. So if you count them, so the numbers started rising from 1,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to lakhs. Next 15 years, 2000 to 2015, earlier era was called age, this era is called revolution. So revolution has come in the field of communication, in the field of software, in the field of information. And what was invented is internet, mobile, virtual machines, DNA corrections. So I have just given these figures here for illustration. And if you count R&D people, they are in millions now. You name a department, you name an area, you name a field, thousands and thousands, millions of people are working as scientists in those R&D institutions. Like one of the earlier speaker had said, then that in agriculture field, in India itself, there are 30,000 scientists who are working overnight, day and night. If I take you to next 15 to 30 or maybe 50 years, there are things which are likely to come, which are mind-boggling. We can't even imagine what is likely to happen in the next 50 years. There's a lot of work going on in the field of artificial intelligence, energy discovery, disease control, environment control. So what inventions are going on? Driverless cars. You must be reading, Google is working on the driverless cars. They are experimenting it. USA is trying to regulate the mechanism how to allow driverless cars to operate in New York, to operate in highways. increase of age, you must have heard of a company by the name Alphabet. Under Alphabet, there are 3 companies. Google is one of them. Calico is second. I had third company, I'm forgetting the name. So these companies are working on how to increase age of a human being. They have already successfully done experiments and have increased the age of mice from 1 year to 3 years. People are thinking of colonizing the Mars or other planets. DNA correction. So if you look at the number of R&D persons who are working in the field are tens of millions. So even if one go by the Pareto principle or by any thumb rule, that is 80-20 rule, that means 20% of the people are really seriously work in any field, in any organization, in any institute. So if the number of people who are working in the scientific research are tens of millions, 20% of tens of millions are also a big number. So there's a book by this name, 0 to 1. It's written by a venture capitalist by the name Peter Thiel. He is the one who initiated a company by the name PayPal. You must have heard of that name. It was the first company who came out with a software how money can be transferred through internet, how payments can be made. And that's how the whole world is making payments through the same kind of invention which was initiated or which this company came out with, PayPal company. That was the, so this author is the one of the venture capitalists of that company. I don't know whether any one of you have read this book, 0 to 1. Basically, this book is about the startup people, about the startup companies, and how the future can be built. So the last chapter, I have gone through this book. What it says, what it revolves around, that you can introduce a product, provided that product which you want to launch in the market is 10 times superior what already exists. Its merits are 10 times more or higher. It is 10 times less costlier or cheaper what already exists. Its features are 10 times stronger or heavy. So whatever you name it, then only you can think of that you will become successful. So the last chapter of this gives 4 scenarios. Whatever I talked in these 2 slides as how the world is going to look after 50 years. If you go back in 50 years from today onwards, that means you start from 1965 onwards. 1965 to 2015 makes 50 years span. So as far as I can imagine, none of you were born at that time. All my older colleagues are not here or dignitaries are not here. So they could have told you, but I'll share maybe one or 2 instances. I got married in 82 and my fiancée was studying in Udaipur. She was doing her post-graduation that time. I stay in Chandigarh. And there is another nearby city which is called Panchkula, which is around 15 kilometers away. So every Sunday or any Sunday, if I wanted to speak to her over phone, I had to go from Panchkula all the 15 kilometers way to Chandigarh, stand in a queue in a post office where there was a telephone facility. In a long queue, I had to wait for my turn. And the fellow sitting on the window will allow me only 3 attempts on a phone to dial a circular dial. And if I am lucky, I'll get that number, I'll be able to talk. Otherwise, I have to come out from the queue and come back again, stand in the queue for my turn again. So that used to be the time. Today, you are so powerful, that's because of technology. Sitting at any place, you can promise technology gives today. So if this has happened in last 15-20 years, So coming back to the technology is changing so fast. You young guys have to change with the same speed. If you don't change with that speed, you won't be able to cope up with the technological changes which are coming, which are on the way. So I'll take you to those 4 slides which are given in the last chapter of this book, which is giving scenario how things are going to take shape. This is the first scenario. The author says that in future, with time, he is not elaborating how much time it may take, but he says the humanity will progress in this fashion. This means there will be progress and there will be decay. People will fight, may come back to the same level again from where they start. You might have seen live examples of Iraq. You are seeing today what is happening in Syria. So they must have progressed with time, but there is a downfall. And that is happening because of some actions which people take, which young people take particularly, or maybe the political system take. So this is one scenario which the author is trying to give, that that's how the future will take shape. It will progress and there will be downfall. So this will keep happening. But at the same time, this author says that this is not the likely scenario which will happen. The scenario could be different. And that's he is trying to project in the next slide. He says the world will progress with time, and a time will come that it will flatten like a plateau. He says the complacency is likely to set in, as it has already set in Europe. There are some of the countries, if you have read today's newspaper, it talks about that Norway is the happiest country in the world today. They are happy because whatever economic growth they wanted to achieve, they have achieved. They are enjoying life. They are having good time. So they are in a way trying to becoming complacent. Many countries in the Europe are falling in this category. So the moment you become complacent in your activities, the progress is like to take this shape. So author has given this projection as an alternative, but he is still not fully convinced. He says this again may not be a likely scenario. Something different is likely to happen. And he says it could be like this. There will be progress and there will be sudden decay. The world is going to collapse. And this collapse may come because of so much of progress which is taking place, so much of changes which are taking place in terms of environment, in terms of pollution, in terms of global warming, in terms of chemical weapons which are being invented, in terms of so many things he is trying to project. So that is again a bit of pessimistic view. Now, any one of you can somebody project how next 50 years are going to take shape? So it's quite difficult to project, but author has thought of something and he has given a graph. That is fourth graph here I am going to project to you, but before I come to that graph, I am going to take you what is happening in the world around. So these are the fields where a lot of research is going on. Lakhs and lakhs of people, scientists, researchers, they are working in this field. Whether it is drug research, whether it is food research, or robotic research, or brain research. Yesterday around 10 p.m. I was talking to Mr. Siddharth and Sam. I was trying to find out where to reach, how to reach, and when to reach. So while interacting with him, he told me that they are working on a project in this lovely professional university. They are trying to develop a satellite, a microsatellite, through which they would like to increase speed of their internal network, communication network system. So if you guys are working on such projects, so you can well imagine how the world is progressing, how the world might be working in their own advanced research labs. This is a slide which is showing the work related to the human brain. The lot of work is happening in artificial intelligence. There's a game which is called Go. It's a very popular game in a matrix of 19 into 19 grid, which is invented in China like a Chinese checker. So this game is very difficult to play. Like chess is a bit difficult game. So this 19 by 19 grid game is very, very difficult. So because the number of permutation combinations which these games make are 2 raised to power 270. So there's a company, there's a gentleman whose name is I don't know, remember his name, but he has developed a software, and he has run that software on a computer. And the most intelligent fellow who knows this game, the game by the name Go, that computer was able to take a lead from the world champion, who is again a Chinese. And the name of the software he has developed, which is coming in the category of artificial intelligence, the name of that software is AlphaGo. This came 3-4 days back in Times, and there was a very detailed news about this game and this software which has been developed. So the title of the article was that artificial intelligence, the kind of work which is happening is mind-boggling, and artificial intelligence software is going to overtake the human being in next few years to come. Medicine research, space research, research related to health problems, agricultural research. So everywhere you think of a field, and scientists, engineers, or researchers, they are working. Whosoever the experts in that respective field are, they are working to resolve problems of the world which exist as on today. So there are people, there are scientists who are working why global warming is happening, what are the causes behind it, how it can be controlled. So there is a research center which is called Climate Control, Climate Change Research Center. They are working day and night to resolve those issues. So what I'm trying to highlight, whether it is DNA research, health related research, scientific research, it's happening everywhere. Now this is the graph, fourth graph, which has been depicted in the last chapter of that book, which talks that all the fields, you name that field, so many people are working, and there are likely to be breakthrough in every field. It's only a question of time now. That time could be 5 years, it could be 10 years, it could be 30 years, or it could be maybe 50 years, but not beyond that. Most of the world problems will be solved within this period. And these problems will be solved by people like you, who are going to pass out from such professional colleges from all over the world, and they are serious about to bring this change. You must have read in mathematics the exponential curve, or the power of exponential graph. So that is what the time frame we are at, that is what I have depicted over there. Then in these next few years, the changes are going to be so fast, so rapid, so exponential, that it will be difficult for you to cope up with those changes. And These changes are for the positive, for the betterment of the humanity. And these changes are coming through development of technologies. Those technologies could be hardwares, could be softwares, or could relate to any area. And you have to prepare yourself to take up those challenges, to resolve those issues, to resolve those problems. Now I am going to share with you some of the examples of individuals who have changed this world. This is title of Times magazine. About 3-4 months back, I could take a snap of this magazine. It says, unlimited energy for everyone forever through fusion process. I don't think it will be so easy to project future in case you think that this electricity is free for everyone. How things are going to change shape, how things are likely to happen if everything is free. So it is even beyond our knowledge, beyond our comprehension, how things are going to change. Another slide. People are working in NASA to develop materials which are lighter than air but stronger than steel. At ISRO, we are developing launch vehicles which can carry load from 2 ton to 5 ton or maybe beyond. Now I am going to take examples of 2-3 guys. Recently I have read a book by the title Elon Musk. Anybody from the audience who has read this book? Who heard this name? Elon Musk is an individual who was born to a rich parents in South Africa. He migrated from there to Canada and ultimately to US. When he was child, he was very studious and he was fond of reading books. He used to go in library and read books, read and read. And eventually he used to ask librarian that I have read all these books, please buy more for me. So by the time he came to the college, he was well read and his interests were that I will make rockets, I will make electric cars. So he used to dream like that during his childhood. And he says, I am serious about this and I am likely to achieve these dreams in my lifetime. He went to Canada. From there, his ultimate goal was to go to America. He did his master's in physics and eventually opened this company by the name PayPal, which I highlighted earlier. Venture capitalist was Peter Thiel, who gave him money that you please start this company. So he was one of the shareholders. After making this company work, he sold that company in $300 million. With that lot of money in his pocket, now he wanted to achieve his dreams. So he opened a company by the name SpaceX, which is around 6 years old today. And this gentleman is making rockets. NASA has given contact to him. NASA is no longer making their own launch vehicles. So he is the man who is making vehicles for them. We at ISRO are developing vehicles which can lift a load of 5 ton. 1 ton is 1000 kg and 5 ton means 5000 kg. But if you read that book, Elon Musk, you read his dream. I will articulate some of the dreams, some of the statements which he has made in this book, for your purpose, for your benefit, or for you to be attempting such challenges. So I'll read for you. He is targeting that very soon I will launch one flight every week, and I will reduce the cost of the rockets so low, so cheap in the world. My rockets will be cheapest in the world, and these will fly like aeroplanes. Can you imagine how many flights take off in the world of aeroplanes? Maybe every minute, many airplanes may be taking off. So his dream is, I will make the launch vehicles so cheap that I would like to fly maybe every minute a launch. That is what his dream is. His second dream, he is going to develop satellites which will be multitasking, which will have capabilities of multitasking. These satellites will be programmable in nature. You program the satellite through software sitting here, and the satellite works differently for you. Okay. Today we launch satellites through payloads, these launch vehicles, for a specific mission. But he says, I will make a multitasking satellite which will be programmable through software sitting here, and it will do different jobs for you. His next dream, I will colonize Mars in my lifetime. And he is not just making statements, he is working on those projects. He is developing a launch vehicle which will take 50 tons of payload. So 1 ton is 1000 kg, 50 ton is 50,000 kg. 50,000 kg, you can just imagine. On an average, let's say one person costs weigh 50-60 kg. So 50,000 divided by 50. That is the weight it is developing a launch vehicle which can take that much of weight in the space in one go. So he says, unless we develop these kind of vehicles, we will not be able to colonize Mars. So he is working on developing different technologies so that he can colonize Mars. Another dream project which he has given a reality today are electric cars. If you go to California, you go to Los Angeles, you will find electric cars by the name Tesla. These electric cars are better than both aesthetically, from all aspects, even Mercedes, BMW or any name. These cars are very popular, and the whole base of the car is a battery which can be charged within minutes, and it can give you a mileage of 250 miles in one charge. And he is putting up stations on the roadside that you can charge your battery free of cost. So this man is putting up a mega plant in Nevada, which is desert in America, and he says, I'll produce millions of batteries for these cars to become reality. And these cars, if you really think of the features of this car, it is just a base is a battery, the whole structure is the car, the framework, no engine, there is only electric motor which is fitted in the axle, and on the front there is no steering wheel, just an iPad. If I am sitting here, I'll just give command from my mobile, and I can command my car to come from my home to pick me up from this venue. That is the feature of this car, and it is a reality. It is running in California, and not in few numbers. These are becoming popular. He says, I want to make millions of such cars, and I will change this whole industry. So coming back the change will be so much that many of the industries which are existing today will vanish, will be evaporated. New type of industries are likely to come. So what I am trying to say, that the change which is coming now, we have to prepare ourselves. We have to prepare to face those challenges. We have to prepare to take up those challenges. We have to prepare to address those challenges. That is what I thought will be a motivational talk from my side to you guys. Now, all these changes which are coming, these are coming at a cost. These are coming at the cost of the humanity. And that those costs are, I will repeat, the environment is getting degraded, the moral values are coming down, the global warming is happening, the pollution is increasing, whether it's air pollution, water pollution, earth pollution, or noise pollution. So, God has given a wisdom to us. So, all of us as a team or as a group, whatever you name it, apply our wisdom, keep a balance that we won't allow the natural things which has evolved over billions of years to degrade in the garb of technology development. Otherwise, technology is going to change this world, and I can bet I may not be alive by that time, but you will definitely be alive. You are going to surely see the paradise on earth. That's how I will conclude my address here. Thank you very much. So, any question I would like to answer?
Now we will have the interactive session. Anybody with
My query is that you are talking about the companies like Google, Alphabet, and etc. Establishment in India. What is scope in India? I'm asking.
See, India is the emerging economy, and the growth rate is highest in India right now in the world. And these news you are reading daily in newspapers, and it is a reality today. Most of the companies, as you are well aware of, that today, though on map these are different companies, but the technology which is being developed, whether it is in America or in Europe or in Switzerland or in India, this is spreading so fast. So that's why probably we call this planet is becoming a single village now. So the scope is very, very high in India for any of the company to come here and set up their ventures here. And government is encouraging like anything. They have set aside funds, and many venture capitalists are also funding these companies. So there's a bright future for startup companies, provided there's a will.
Thank you, sir. But I have a small request, sir. Please allow all the participants to solve their queries. Why? Because I felt very sad before I want to ask a query with Janaya, sir, but I didn't. Please allow all the students to participate to solve their queries.
Please, you are most welcome. Anyone can raise any kind of question or query. I'll be fortunate to answer that.
Good evening, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, I'm studying here nanotechnology. So, what is the future of nanotechnology in India?
See, there's an institute which is coming in Mohali by the name Indian Institute of Nanotechnology.
This is a government institute.
This will be the government institute.
Okay.
But as far as the nanotechnology is concerned, a lot of things are happening, not only in India, abroad. And basically, you may be aware of, see, when you come to the nanoparticle size, the properties of the elements, properties of the materials changes. Yes. This becomes totally different. At nanoscale, it might become a superconductor, or it might become a super insulator. Without going into those details, there is a bright future for nanotechnologies within the country, and this is a evolving field. Right now, the devices which we are making, I have come from semiconductor laboratories, which is under the ISRO Department of Space. It is based in Mohali. At present, we are making semiconductor devices at 180 nanometer scale geometry level. But there is a lot of research, scientific research going on, is happening in the field of biotechnology at nanoscale level. Okay, so future is bright, but there has to be a will, there has to be a way out. Okay, so wherever there is a will, there is a way.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, where are you?
I am Ajit Kumar, final year student of mechanical engineering. Sir, I would like to ask you that, sir, it is very good that science is advancing, but sir, according to the focus of technology, our focus is to better our lifestyles. Happiness should be there, save our time, conserve energy resources. But we see that pollution, population, wars, rapes, and diseases all are increasing consistently in very radically manner. So, sir, what is the where it is actually lacking? I want to know that with the increase in technology and advancement in researches, what is the point where science can be used to reduce these impacts?
See, I use the word wisdom and optimum level. See, if you have seen the serial Chanakya, Chanakya was the advisor, maybe political advisor or economic advisor of Chandragupta Maurya, and he has given a very definition of politics. He says the government which is in power, if they are framing up policies which are for the benefit of the mankind, benefit of the humanity, benefit of their citizens, those are really called good policies, and that is what the politics is. So,
Thank you, sir.
what I am saying, that God has given wisdom to a human being, and he has to apply that human wisdom in a manner that at the same time he is developing technology, he has to keep a balance on the other front, which you have said, and those mechanisms, those things are also happening in terms of various religious bodies, NGOs, which are meant to give lectures. Recently in Delhi, a similar big gathering had happened with Shri Shri. You must have read in papers. Okay, so those NGOs, those organizations, those gurus are working to keep a balance in society.
Sir, I got the answer, sir. Sir, I would like to ask another question about quantum physics.
And this will be the last question, please.
Sure.
As you know,
Thank you
we
so
are running
much
in
for
short
the
of time.
chance. Yes, sir. Sir,
Just one.
the famous scientist Nikola Tesla has said that the day we start learning about the metaphysics, that from that day the science will be advancing in an enormous way. So, sir, I have been studying quantum physics from last 2 to 3 years. So, I want to ask you, where does the use of ether energy stand in the future development of science and technology?
I'm sorry, I won't be able to take up this question because this is not my field. I don't have in-depth knowledge that I'll be able to answer this question. And,
Hello, sir. I'm Suchit Kumar.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, initially you were telling about artificial intelligence. So while you were speaking about artificial intelligence, there are many thoughts in my mind. Some are on the positive sides and some are on the negative side. And many Hollywood movies that are focusing on artificial intelligence are saying that the artificial intelligence is harmful to humans. So what I took from that movies. So I would like to know your opinion on artificial intelligence.
See, there are two sides of the coin. So it all depends on you, how you take it. The people who have positive attitudes, they will take it that artificial intelligence is going to benefit this humanity. Okay.
Sir, I would like to know your opinion. Is it beneficial to human
time?
We welcome Mr. Jaswant Gill, Senior Engineer, Coal India Limited.
So everybody, please give him a loud round of applause. He's here for the next session. So as you all know, we are running in short of time. And now we will be having the lunch break. But before that, I think we had a great time today till now. You had anti-drug motivational speech. You had agricultural future of India. And now we have science in Indian future. You got many things, many ideas, and you shared many things about all this. And now, we will have a lunch break, and after that, we will gather here back. Before that, is there anybody who haven't got the registration kit yet? Okay, you guys will be getting the registration kit by the end of today's session. And the attendance for the next session is mandatory so that you will get the certificate. For everybody, the attendance for the next session is mandatory. And for your kind information, in the next session, we will have Mr. Jaswant Gill and Mr. Rajiv Talreja. They will be the speakers at the next session of today. So everybody, we will have the lunch break now. Have a good time. Thank you, and be back. And for your kind attention, the attendance will be again done in the next session. So please be back here.